Hey, what's up, y'all? So, my name is Diamond Stylz. I go live sometime and talk about random stuff. We're gonna talk about. Today, we're gonna talk about when somebody come to you as a woman and y'all responses to it or your um your thoughts around it. And so I saw a good conversation and I wanted to see what y'all thoughts are. I know it's late, but y'all hoes be up. Hey, Miss Ronnie, how are you? Hey, Naira. I was finna do it a month ago. You was finna be the one coming to somebody as a woman. Why my hair feel cocked? Man. Child. Listen, the way my pride is set up, I would never give a hoe the satisfaction. You would never have me come and calling your phone or confronting you about a nigga, bitch, please. I wouldn't give a hoe the satisfaction. Child, child, please. Never. You supposed to be here Friday nights. I'm bored and I wanted to come and chit chat with you, Vince. You and only you. Over a nigga that was never mine. Right. Hello, Shirley. This is Barbara. Woman to woman. Have you ever been in love? Oh yeah, I've had it happen to me, but me confronting somebody, I don't have the pride to do it, baby. It would make my skin crawl for me to call a bitch and say, "Are you messing with Derek?" What? It would make me vomit. It would make me vomit for me to call a bitch and ask them, are they messing with a nigga that's supposed to be mine? No, I can't do it. I got too much pride. I got too much pride. I got too much pride. I just really do. I just really it's that's I don't know. What is a pride? Is pride a sign of insecurity or ego? Baby, I got too much of whatever it is. I got too much. You will never get me on the phone talking about how long y'all been messing around. When did it start? Did you know about me? Girl, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. It could I never could be that one. I have been the one who people called about, but me being the one to call, I ain't been in that kind of love. The longest relationship that I've had is 5 years. So maybe I need to be like in a different kind of love because I ain't been in that kind of love to where I got enough that I got enough. I don't know. It's too much ego that that I would have to that I would humble myself and get to calling the bitch Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. No, I couldn't. I would never. Baby Jolene wouldn't hear from me at all. Jolene, your beauty is beyond compare. No, I would never give a bitch the satisfaction to think that I'm sitting thinking about this whole taking to my man. No, I don't know. I could never love again. You can find it. What she say? You can find another man, but I could never love again. Jolene, no, never. There's a certain level of there's certain lack of ego that you have to say that to a woman that's messing around with your nigga, and I don't have it. I just don't. I don't have it. I don't have it. I never have it. Never. I realize a lot of a lot of those old songs like that were pick me women. Absolutely. Hey Diamond, what's a treat to have you during the week? Yay. Plus, I'm not gonna. Well, am I gonna be here Friday? Oh no, I fly out Saturday, so I'll be here. Um, yeah, I am. I just don't. There's what's the what's the song? What's the other song? Especially the country girls. The country girls give you a nasty song like that. Loretta Lynn. She said, "You ain't woman enough to take my man." Have y'all listened to that lyrics? And then she say, she was like, "Honey, he may stray and look and do all this kind of stuff, but baby, he ain't leaving his family, girl. You cool, bitch. You ain't woman enough to take my man." And then she got another song called Baby, I'll Take You to Fifth City. Talk about she'll beat that ass. I'll take you to Fifth City. That's Loretta Lynn. Y'all know I love me old country. I'm a country girl too. Give me a R&B, gospel, and country, baby, and I'm good. Uh, but yeah, I just don't have the. I don't have the. I don't have the lack of ego for that, baby. I could never call a bitch about no nigga. What? Clean up woman. The coal miner's daughter was not fucking around, right? Fifth City is nuts. That's my favorite song by her. You ain't woman enough to take my man. I wish I could find it in a track that's in my range because I would have been redid it. Um, and Fifth City, she got a song called "The Pill," which is good, which is about abortion, not abortion, about taking the pill. Um, yeah, Loretta Lynn. One of my it's a kind of one of those, I don't want to say B-sides, but it's one of those, it's not a hit, but it's one of her deep cuts. Dolly Parton got a song about a girl getting pregnant by this boy and then killing herself. It's called The Bridge. And it literally ends with her jumping off the bridge, child. I was like, Dolly be in her bag, honey. Dolly be in her bag, honey. That is mother's songwriter. Anyway, so I want to know how many of y'all, as y'all come in and listening, make sure y'all thumbs up. It is it's late, so I don't expect it to be a lot of people in here. But it's 13 people in here. Make sure y'all thumbs up. So I want to ask y'all, have y'all ever been that girl? Have y'all ever been the other woman? Um, or the other man, I guess. I feel like dudes, I guess no, because I've seen dudes confront other dudes about chicks. Um, they do it too. So I haven't been in these streets since I've been older. So I haven't really had a lot of these happening to me in the past 15, about 15 years. So I haven't had any knowingly and unknowingly. I haven't had any of these kind of incidents. So most of my incidents happened to me in my 20s and late 30s. Well, I had one in high school, but it was high school. It was like, and I wasn't even messing around with him. So it was just strange for her to even confront me about him because we wasn't even. I'm like, bitch, he is fat. I was in high school. I was real fat phobic. So, girl, I was like, "What? He is fat. I would never. What you can have him, baby. He'll never get a whiff of me." I've gotten that call when I was a sex worker. I got that call a couple of times, more often when I was in sex work. So, um, the first one. Let me see. This happened to me Christmas Eve while getting my hair done. I've been, but didn't know I was. I had my suspicions though. What would okay, so let's talk about that because I want to know that too. So like somebody said, sometimes I know and sometimes I don't. What are your suspicions? What happened that made you suspicious? What tipped you off that they probably was had a relationship with somebody else? So what always tips me off if they are like married or if they are in a relationship, they only got time to talk to you when they either at work or at a certain period of the day. The hours is really a telltale sign. Yeah, weird hours or strict hours. Like you get what I'm saying? They only talking to you during work hours. They got to get off when they get off of work, they got to get off the phone. Oh, I'm headed into the house. Let me call you back. Anything like that. What else? What else? What else? Yeah, that's always the because honey, niggas ain't just sitting on the phone with you talking while they tipping around the house if they live with live with a girl. Thank you, Wade. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You over there, big money, selling your OnlyFans, putting your body on the internet. Thank you for passing on the wealth. You know what's crazy, Wade? This boy, I think I told you this. I can't remember if I told you this. Did I tell you about the boy using your pictures and your real nudes to try to catfish me? And he didn't know that I knew you. Like he was using your real nudes, bitch. he was hit me up on he was hit me up on Plenty of Fish, and I was like, oh, I know. He hit me up, and so I knew it wasn't you because you live in Atlanta. You don't live in Houston. So and he using these pictures that's fucking old. It's old when you was putting on drag and putting your drawing your little beard in and had a little cuts in your eye and shit. When you was putting on your trade drag. And you had your little long beard. This is your Sierra. This is when you was real deep in your Sierra bag. And I think you had just came from Florida. Like you weren't trying to be a tranny no more. You was trying to be the Trey in Atlanta. So he had it had to be like your early Atlanta days because it was given very honey Trey drag. So he had those pictures. And so he sent me a message and I said, and so he sent me a message, hit me up, and I'm like, I know this is not Wade, but let me see where he gonna go with this. So I say, so he get to talking, blah, 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 and chit chat and blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, well, what that dick looking like? Send me the pictures. So once I say that, I absolutely know it's not you because you're gonna be like, girl, what? So he says he was like, "What's I'm gonna send it to you on Facebook. What's your Facebook? What was it? Facebook? No, it was Twitter. I'm gonna send it you on Twitter." and send you. I'm gonna send you it there. So he sent me the pictures, and it's literally you naked, your dick out holding your dick. So clearly he done got it somewhere. I don't know if he found it on Twitter or wherever, but it's you. It's your naked body. And so I'm like, oh, I know that's right. Well, I say, I was like, so where you live at in the city? He says, such and such, such and such. I was like, all right, well, what's your number? So I'm trying to get all the information about his motherfucking ass. And so when Brandon still was alive and he still was living with me. So I told Brandon, I said, this boy is using Wade pictures. And Brandon was cackling. And so I was like, well, before we meet, we need to get on FaceTime. If you're trying to meet, we need to get on FaceTime so I can confirm it's you. He was like, yo, I sent you all my news and you playing games. You know, they always say you playing games when they playing games. I sent you news already. I did all of that for you to be playing games. Nigga, what you mean? You can't get on FaceTime? Why you can't get on FaceTime, girl? What's the problem? Honey, if we're gonna meet, why we gotta bullshit and not get on FaceTime? I keep pushing. This nigga called me on FaceTime and had the lights off and was in the dark, like like I couldn't tell that it wasn't the nigga in the picture. And I was like, why are you not coming into the light? Come into the light. Why are you in the dark? And I say, girl, I was like, I'm actually, this actually is funny because the person that whose pictures these is, this is my good friend. And I lifted up my phone and posted the picture. I was like, why are you using gay niggas' pictures? They don't even like trannies. He would most likely date you to date me. And how the hell you get his nudes? He hung up so quick. I was like, how you get his nudes? I was cackling, baby. That was like 2014. I think it was like 2014. I was cackling. I said, not you using the gay boys news and you supposed to be the trade. Probably stole them off a Jack or something. I'm like, nigga, I know these people. They don't like the girls. That was hilarious. I was cracking up. All right, back to the subject. Thank you, Wade. Thank you. Oh, Santino. Oh, him. They use him or any of the porn boys like Dante. Dante, I think it's Dante McLovin. Is that his name? Dante, Dunta. They'll use Dante, but Dante is Trey. So they be using his pictures, but he is Trey. He do be messing around. So, but he lives in Dallas, but they be using his pictures. What's the oh my god, the one with the gap, the chocolate. He's brown. He ain't really like light skin or dark skin. He's kind of like that really regular brown, but he got a gap in his mouth. But he got a big old dick. They use his pictures all the time. It's so funny. You'd be like, nigga, who gets tricked like this? I be thinking they just be trying to get I be thinking they're just a butch queen trying to get my nudes. I'm like, nigga, you can find my news. My news, I'm sure somebody got them somewhere. Just ask, baby. Child, that boy ain't straight. He just a butch queen. It sound like it. I really felt like he's one of them boys that be on Jack, just hitting trainees and butch queens up, and probably asked you to open up your pictures, and you did. Giovanni, not Giovanni. No, I don't know his name. I don't. I just know how he look. I don't know his name though. So, I'm trying to think of we was talking about what hints you off that they could be you could be the other woman. So definitely hours, their weird ass hours. What other things tips y'all off for being like if that like he probably got a person. So this isn't a sure thing because some dudes are just super some dudes are into shit like this, but if I come to your house and it just gives like a woman decorated it, it just gives like everything about this house tells me that a woman lives here. If I come here and it's too decorated, it's too thoughtfully decorated. It's either your mama or your girl. Your mama or your girl. You either live, yes, it's somebody, a woman lives in this house. And I'm not saying it's your girl, but a woman lives in here. And sometimes it's not obvious because sometimes you'll see some fucking flat irons or some, you know what I'm saying, some shit that's make it clearly obvious a woman lived there. But I'm talking about when it's not that obvious, but it just looks like a woman decorated this house. I think it's his mama house. Yeah, it could be either or, child. You don't know. Also with me, I'm a don't ask, don't tell kind of girl. Because for me, I'm the type. I don't really. How do I explain it? I don't really care in the beginning. Like I don't really want to know. I don't really care. I don't really. My questions don't like. I'm not somebody who is immediately when I ask you. I'm not somebody that's gonna be like, "Ooh, are you single? Are you in a relationship? Who you talking to?" Those are not the kind of questions that I ask in the beginning. It really is not because in the beginning I don't really care because I'm a trans woman. 9 times out of 10, when I tell my tea, it's gonna turn into a only sexual thing. Now, that's not. Now, that's just the reality of the life of a trans person. Listen, I know people be trying to make it seem like it's uh, oh, girl, there's so many men. If you carry yourself a certain way, if you do this, if you do that, girl, these niggas is gonna nig. These niggas is gonna nig. And soon as they find out your tea, I don't care how great it was when you first start talking to them. They want to take you out on dates. They want to do this. They're putting their best foot forward. Soon as you tell your tea, baby, it turns into nothing but sexual. That's 9 times out of 10. Have I experienced somebody that was in that one out of 10? Yes. But that's really, really rare. So my goal is what do I want out of this person? In the beginning, when I'm first talking to him, it is only 2 things. Money and peen. Or a combination of both of those 2 things. And so the questions that I'm asking, I'm trying to figure out what kind of coinage am I dealing with here? Am I dealing with a brokey pretending to have coins? Am I dealing with a working class piece of trade? Am I dealing with a coined out piece of trade? Am I dealing with like what am I dealing with? How coined out are you? What's the what's the coins looking like? Where you stay at? What kind of car you drive? Well, I'm not gonna ask what kind of car you drive. I'm gonna be figuring it out by the indications. Where you take me on a date, it's so many things. I'm gonna be figuring all kinds of stuff out. So, and then I'm gonna be figuring out what that dick looking like. So, am I even interested in going forward with anything fun if that piece ain't right? Because I'm not a girl who gives little dick niggas a chance. Your personality can't be so great that I look past a little dick. That's just me. So I'm never gonna be the girl that's like, oh, he has such a great personality. I wish that his dick was bigger. Oh, I can look past that. No. If your dick is little and like, we gonna be friends. That's what a good personality becomes, a good friend. So, and remember, I'm talking about little. I'm not talking about average. You can, I like a average set. I like average can work, but a little, no, sweetie, you ain't got enough personality for me. ain't that much personality in the world. It's still got to get to the back door, the second hole, y'all. If y'all know, you know. You still got to get to reach. Stand up. Get up in there. You can't just be at the front door knocking. You gotta get to the back. What about little and good? I'm not gonna find out. I'm not gonna find out if it's little and good, child. How are we gonna get to the good part if I'm not even getting to the sex when it's little? Little and good don't mix for me. You can't be you can't for me, you can't be little and good. Because it's also a visual thing too. I'm a girl who likes oral. I like to gobble meats up. And so me sitting there looking at you naked with this little meat and this little, it ain't gonna be making me want to gobble it up, child. It's gonna be looking like a little kid. No, I'm not gonna want to suck on that. I want something that when you take them clothes off, I'm getting hot because it looked like something. It looked like, oh yeah. You take your clothes off and this is giving little boy, I'm gonna be like, mm-mm. No, thank you. It's the motion in the ocean. It's not. It's not, baby. You ain't even getting in the ocean. You ain't even getting in the ocean to see the motion. You take that shit to the harbor. Take that to the rivers and the lakes that you used to, because it's not. You can't deal with the ocean over here. This is Yemuja over here, baby. I need you to. I need you to take me through there. Mm-mm. So I need to figure out what the piece is doing and what the coins is doing. You can always tell a bachelor pad from a woman living there, but if the phone is always face down, it's a red flag. Amen. Not you, the straight up from Muse. Right. I'm Iranian. Coochie. Middle East Iranian cooch. I need it. I control. I need I control what goes in, what comes out. So I really don't be asking about it. So usually when I'm in a situation like that where I'm the other woman, they either have to tell me up front or I don't find out until I get a call or something. I get a text or blah, 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 blah. So I remember I had this happened to me 2 times in like early 2010, 2011. I 2 times. One was these are clients. So this is sex workers. Not sex workers, clients for sex work. So one is named Derek and one name is Kobe. So Derek, every time I would come to DC, he would come see me. Like it was super smooth, super easy. And yeah, it was just a good session. And he was like a 7 in his looks. He was a older man. I'm in my 20s, so he probably was in his late 30s or 40s. Um, yes, I remember everybody. Everybody that I have a situation. I don't remember everybody, but I remember everybody that I have a situation with. Um, and also, my prices was kind of high, so it wasn't like I had low. I didn't have accessible prices to where I just was like back to back. My prices was accessible enough to where I had enough clients coming in, but I wasn't just a back to back girl. I also was a top. I was advertised as a top, so I wasn't a bottom. Um, so that kind of cuts your client too. So some cities I kind of knew their name because I had regulars in the city. So and Derek was one. So every time I would come, and DC was my biggest city. So any place that got a lot of niggas, I cleaned up. I'm not somebody that clean up in places like LA, Miami, places where like they don't really like black girls. They like mixed and Latinas and a da 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 da. If it's a place that got a lot of niggas that like black women, I'm gonna make some money. So DC, Memphis, Cincinnati, um, where else? Any place that got a lot of black men that it's a lot of colorism in the city. Any place like that, baby. I made money in New York City, but that's that New York. You make money in New York City because it's New York City and the sheer number of people that's there. Bitch, if you leave New York and you ain't made no money, child, something wrong. What the reason why New York isn't as lucrative as other cities is because New York cost the money that you're putting out to stay in New York eats. Because honey, you spending 3, 4 for a good hotel, you spending $300-400 a night. So you gotta shit. That's 1 to 2 shit. 1 or 2 clients you gotta have for to make that money back. So it's not the cost of staying in New York is high. And then another thing when you're now remember my reference to sex work is old. I ain't been a sex worker since '09. So mine is like early 2000s. So the that first decade of the millennium is when I was a sex worker. So I don't know what's going on now. But when I was out here in these streets, another thing is that when you're in a big city like that, there are so many pages of girls. You have to pay extra on the sites to be on the front page. So it ain't you spending more money in your advertising, you spending more money on your room in a nice place, accessible. And so that cost cut eats at your profit. So most of the time when I went to New York, I would come out even. I might as well go somewhere else. If I'm New York was I made money. It just wasn't the profit margin wasn't high enough for me to go there a lot because I could go somewhere else way cheaper and have better profit margins and get the same amount of clients and money without dealers putting all that much money out. Um, so yeah, you can go to Boston for cheaper and have just as many clients, or Philadelphia sometimes. But yeah, I would go to DC. DC was my favorite city, favorite city. That was my best money making city. Chicago was Chicago. So I went to Chicago, but Chicago was when I was escorting, Chicago was hot. Like when it comes to like the police trying to get you, Chicago is hot. So you didn't really go to. I didn't really play with Chicago a lot because at that time Chicago was hot. So it's hard to go to Chicago. Motherfucking hotel people will call the popos on you. Um, Put you out of the hotel. That happened to me in Philly. That happened to me in Philly too, but that happened to me in Philly because, baby, I don't know what was going on. My first time going to Philly, baby, them niggas loved me, baby, because the door was a rotating door. And so the people was like, damn, you got a lot of motherfuckers coming. Are you selling drugs? Philly was like, you barely get some rest. That's also you gotta spit on it. You gotta bang a nigga cakes and spit on his back, act like you nutty. All right, baby, I'm done. Come on. Child, you had to fake it, baby. You got it. You had to fake it, baby, because honey, Philly, DC, and New York, baby, it felt like you felt like a prostitute. Like you felt like, oh my God, these niggas is coming. New York, I had to cut my sound off. My phone was going off so much, I had to cut my sound off. Like literally, like, I gotta get some sleep. And cut it back on when I wake up. But yeah, Philly, it was so many niggas coming in there that the fucking manager had called me, baby, and said, baby, we know what you're doing and you got to get up out of here. What? How dare you? I'm a classy lady. Uh-huh. Get up out of here. We're going to give you your money back and find you somewhere to be a hoe. They literally, that was the only time I ever got put out of a hotel. But Chicago would do that. They didn't do it to me, but Chicago would do that. But Chicago was a type. I don't know what the rules was like in Chicago, but they would call you and set you up. Yeah, Chicago was hot at the time, so I wouldn't go to Chicago a lot. But yeah. So anyway, Mr. Derek, y'all making me get off topic. That's why I be on here for 6 hours. So Derek, older man, handsome, about a 7. Big old dick. Just a yummy older man. And so it's DC. It's a bunch of yummy niggas in DC. And so this is like my 3rd time coming to DC. And so we had seen each other twice before. This is a 3rd time. And yeah, he had came to see me. He always got my rate. That's one thing about DC that was different from other places. Consistently different from other places. It's something, well, it's not that I know what it is now. Economically, DC is a place where black motherfuckers thrive. And so there was a lot of niggas that was making money in DC in the early 2000s. And so when they would come, it wouldn't be any kind of no kind of negotiations online or on. Also, this is a different time too, y'all. There was a time where the market wasn't flooded. Niggas, you tell them your rate is your rate. It ain't all I got is 80. Oh, all I got is 60. I need them hostro ass prices, bitch. Get off my fucking phone. That stuff wasn't happening in this time of the sex work game. That shit started happening late, like '09. Why I got out of it, '08, '09, when the recession was happening. It was getting weird. All I got is this. Oh, can I come see you? I mean, I came to see you for your full rate a couple of months ago. I just ain't got it, but I would love to see you. Can you do this? No. Get off my phone, hoe ass nigga. That recession was tired. '08, '09, it was tired. I had to get out the business. I had to get out the business, child. It wasn't lucrative no more. Might as well go get a job dealing with this shit. Because that was the good thing about sex work at the time. It was nowhere near a job. But when it got bad, it got to where, nigga, I can go get a job for this amount of money. So he came to see me on this is the third time for him to come and see me. And it's something about the third time a nigga come to see you that they act like it's almost like y'all friends. Whereas the first time, you definitely know y'all strangers. It's nervous. They nervous. They like, are you trying to rob me? Are you trying to set me up? It's like a whole thing. It's a whole thing with y'all know each other and y'all figuring each other out. Are you the police? Nigga, is that first time is the more nerve-wracking or whatever. The second time it's easier because all right, I done seen you before, so I know you not the police. You know I'm not the police. You know I'm not trying to rob you. You know what I'm saying? We good. So, and usually that second time for niggas who I usually attract, that second time is when they done went home and practiced a little bit. So usually that first, I usually attract, I don't want to say I attract first timers all the time, but I attract a lot of first timers, especially if they niggas. And so they can't really take dick and shit. So that first time is like, we can't really get it in. Like we want to get it in because they thought that they could deal with it and they can't. It's usually like that. So that second time is when they done went home. They done learn how to douche good. They done learn how to open it up. They done learn how to relax. They done play with the dildos. They done did all the stuff to get them prepared for their next time because they felt like the first time I liked it, but I really couldn't get into it because it was hurting or it was all kinds of that kind of stuff. So that second time is usually they done got a little bit more comfortable. Either they don't mess with other girls or they a little bit more, okay, I can get into it. And so you really can beat them cakes in. And so by the third time, that's second time. So by the third time, it feels friendly. It feels more friendly. Like y'all know each other by name. Yeah, it's cute. It's real cute. The third time is real cute. And so that was the time that me and Derek, we was good. It was like, oh, hey, Derek, what's your tea? Blah, 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 blah. We talking, have a good time. You know, I ain't really tripping. I ain't watching the clock like I normally watch the clock. So maybe got, you know what I'm saying? A little overtime if I ain't got no client on the way. And I think that was what happened. I didn't have no client behind him. So, you know, he stayed and we talked and just had a good little conversation or whatever. So he leaves, and like I said, I don't have any clients after him. So I'm like, okay, well, since I had this session, this is probably 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And so I'm like, oh, I can go get me something to eat or whatever. So I go somewhere and I come back. I go somewhere, and while I keep getting this call while I'm out to eat. And so I'm like, ooh, if I don't want to answer it now because I want to eat my food. And so if this is a client, I'll answer it and they'll be like, oh, where you located? I'm trying to come see you, but I want to enjoy my food. So I'm like, let me not answer it, and then I'll answer it when I'm close to being done. So that was my mindset about answering the call. I answer when I'm close to being done because then I can just go back to the hotel and be ready. Because sometimes, not sometimes, most of the time, niggas who call you while you on a tour or something, they're trying to come right then, and so you gotta plan it out. So that's what I was. I was planning. I'll take the call when I'm done, closer to done being eaten. So the number kept on calling, and I still didn't answer that motherfucker because, honey, I'm trying to enjoy my food. So, but I get the check and the phone number call again. I answer the phone, and she says, "Diamond," and I say, "Yes," and she says, "Are you located in DC?" And I was like, "Yes." Now, this is a woman's voice, so this ain't it's already strange. You know what I'm saying? Because not that women don't call me, because I've had women call me. Um, but it's just rare. It's just rare. So I'm like, "Oh, yes. Who is this?" And she was like, "Oh, so how do you know Derek?" I'm like, "Who is Derek?" And she was like, "Oh, don't be fussy with me. You know who Derek is." Sweetheart, I don't know who Derek is at all. Who are you talking about? She says, "He just called your phone. He just came to see you. I'm seeing y'all messages." And I was like, "Oh, okay. Now I know who you're talking about. Why? What's up?" And she was like, "How long have you been seeing him?" And I was like, "Why?" She was like, "Just answer the question." I was like, "I don't owe you any answers. So if you can't answer my questions, I'm not answering yours. I asked you why. If you're not gonna answer my questions, you get the fuck on my phone. So what you wanna do? If you want answers from me, you give me answers from you. That's how this works. Or you can get off my phone. That's the only options you have. So you can be hostile and get no information, or you can tone it down and get whatever information you want. She was like, "I'm looking at the messages and I see that he just paid you $350 to come see you for an hour. Is this y'all first time?" And I was like, "Why are you not asking Derek these questions?" "Because I'm asking you." Then I'm telling you that you need to ask Derek these questions. Why are you asking me anything? Like, you shouldn't be asking me anything. I don't know you. You don't know me. Is this your husband? Is this your boyfriend? Is this like what's going on? Like, is what's going on? She was like, "This is my husband." And I was like, "Oh, okay. So did you marry me? Because I'm not your husband." I was like, "So I don't have any obligations to you, babe. So why are you?" I just want just woman to woman. I felt like you would be honest since you're sleeping with somebody's man for $350. That's all you're worth? Yes, that's all I'm worth. $350 an hour. Yeah, what she say? She said something. She kept talking about me being a whore, me being only worth $350. She started talking about it like it was supposed to like it was supposed to offend me. Like she was she's saying it to be insulting. And I'm like, "Oh." I was like, "Well, listen, $350 to stick my penis in a man's butt, that seems like a fair exchange to me." That doesn't feel like now maybe if I was letting tons of men just run up in me, I might feel a certain kind of way. But for me to take my penis and put it in a man's butt for $350 and send him home back to his wife, I don't find that to be degrading at all. Popped her because she didn't know my tea yet. Since you want to be insulting Miss Thing, oh well, let me show you how to shade because you clearly don't know how to shade. If you think that saying I'm worth 350, okay, cool, that's the name of the game. But let's give context to this value in exchange. Let's give context to this value in exchange. So, I'm selling dick, baby. That's the difference between me and you. All you got is a pussy to sell. I'm selling dick. And if I want to sell some ass, I can sell some ass to niggas that I like. But I got a dick to sell. You don't. So I have an option to not that it's different, but I'm just letting you know I'm a little bit more comfortable with selling dick than I am selling ass. It feels a little different. Now there may be, some respectability politics. It may be something else, but for me, it's a little bit more easier to do. Honey, throw a condom on and get into some cookies and then send him on his way. That's good to me. I don't find that to be degrading at all. But I wonder if your husband does. Now, also, this ain't the first time I saw Derek. I've been seeing Derek for years now. So it's quite interesting and even more of a gag for me to know that he's going back home kissing on you after gobbling my meat. And I'm supposed to feel devalued? I don't feel devalued. I would feel more devalued if I was you. Baby, once I got into that tone, Mrs. Derek got off my phone because she couldn't one-up me no more. Because at first, she was acting cool like she wanted to get information. And then once she started quoting the prices, that's all you're worth out here selling your body for $350. That's all you worth. You don't have any class. No, ma'am. I'm a young whore selling dick to people's husbands. What a life. She was mad. Oh, she was mad and got off my phone. Ooh, yes. So she was more hostile. So another element, another time. So I talked about Derek. Let's talk about Kobe. So Kobe 6'5", thick. He looked like y'all remember when Waka Flocka got fat? Like he used to be slim and fine, and then he got like chunky. He looked like he was tall and big like that, like when Waka Flocka got thick. But he had like waves, like the motherfucker, like the super waves. Like he had a little, them waves is kind of like, wow, you got where you look at somebody here like, damn, you got some waves on you, nigga. He just had that kind of wavy, pretty hair. And so that Odell Beckham kind of wavy kind of look. So, but he like 6'5", tall, handsome, super, super handsome, but a little chunkier, a little over the size. I don't mind a thick boy, but this is a little over the size of thick that I like, where it's like, yeah, you don't went over the limit, bruh. Um, it ain't you ain't stocky, you fat. And so he was there. But he had my coin, my full rate, so we'll figure it out. And so he comes in. He has the latest little piece. And yeah, this is a regular session. He cute boy with late piece, cute fat boy with late piece. His strong suit was his mug and his grooming. He always smelled good. So I would see him all the time, blah, blah, blah. So I stopped taking ads. So I took my ad down in '09. And then I ended up moving into this apartment that I'm in now. And so I wasn't taking any more clients. I was taking clients, but only clients who knew my number from my past. So people who had my number saved, blah, 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 they would see me. So I didn't see him again until probably like 2013. We started talking from an ad in '09, and then I probably didn't see him in 2000 to 2013. He hit me up some 12 or 13 because he saw me on somebody's Facebook page. And like we were mutual friends with somebody, and he started messaging me. He was like, "Oh man, I forgot your number. Well, I want to come back and see you," and blah 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 blah. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, what's your coins looking like?" "Oh man, I'm broke. I ain't balling like I used to be balling. I saw you so many times. You can't give me no discount. Yo, like if you give me a discount, I'll come more often, but your price is so high that blah, 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 blah." Honey, if you a sex worker, never take your prices down. Because if you take your prices down, they never gonna go back up. They never gonna if you say, okay, my rate is 400, and you say, oh, I'll do it for 200, they never gonna go back up to 400. They gonna try to use that 200. You take it down again to wherever you take it down to, they're never gonna go back up there. It's the rules of the game. They never gonna go back up. Man, so I was like, no, baby. So didn't see him because he didn't have my money. But he would hit me up every like once a month, send me a message. Ah man, I wish you wasn't tripping about, man, all I got is this and da 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 da. Man, I can't believe you doing me like this. I saw you so many times back when I guess he lost his job or something, or got a different kind of job. I don't know what was going on with him, but I guess he wasn't balling no more, child. And so, man, I was like, nigga, save your coins. So, next thing I know, so we're messaging. So apparently she got unlocked his Facebook and saw our messages. And so maybe like a month later, after the last time me and him talked, so we talked for like 3 months of not hooking up. Because remember, I haven't hooked up with him since '09 in real life. This conversation is a reconnection, but he don't have enough money to come see me. So we talk about it. We talk about sex. We talk about the money. So that's just what it is. So yeah, my sessions was between 300 and 400. Sometimes I'll do like 250 if I've seen you from like Craigslist, because some Craigslist was a little bit cheaper. That was a cheaper crowd. But then boys who motherfuckers will start calling you from different numbers to see what your prices is on Craigslist and your prices is on what you call it. So you had to watch that, like on Eros and shit. So sometimes once they got hip, different motherfuckers got hip, you gotta just have the same highest price. Because niggas try to play you. So no. So I also had another price for sites that weren't sex worker sites. So like if it's a sex worker site, you gonna get my rate. But say that I meet you on Black Planet, you ain't looking for no sex worker. You just looking for chicks or whatever. So my prices is gonna be a little adjusted. First of all, I can see you and see that you look good. So I might want to. If I met you on the street, I probably would have had you for free if I wanted to. Um, so at least I'll just charge you something just to boom, just to get you in, get you out. Um, so anyway, we just talking, so we never really hook up, but in the message, we're talking about him being a trick and him paying me, but now he ain't got no money. So she sees all the conversation and she calls me and she's talking to me. Now, at first, I thought she was going to be hostile because usually they be getting hostile. But I'm also somebody, I'm the type of person that you can get more, you can catch, what is it? You can catch more bees with honey than you can with shit. Whatever the saying is, you being nice can get you so much out of me. Because 99% of the time, so 99% of the time, I'm gonna tell the truth. Like if you now sometimes unless it's like a super bag, like you call me about a client, because somebody called me about somebody that was just too big of a bag, and I was like, oh, I don't know him. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I got this. Oh no, that wasn't me. You must have got. I will hold out and figure it out because the bag was too juicy. But if like him, he ain't bringing me no fucking money. So if you talk nice, because I don't be liking niggas like that. I don't be liking cheating ass niggas like that. If you talk nice, I actually spill out the tea that you need. That you get what I'm saying? Like whatever you ask me, I'll tell the truth. 99%. I'll tell it. I'll tell you the truth. Just ask me. As long as you're not rude. And so, and especially if he ain't got no bag and all he do is fucking call me and nickel and dime and say he can't pay, girl, honey, money is what pays for the discretion. You ain't my client no more. And I also, for me, I think it's disrespectful. I think this is my thought process. I think it's disrespectful to me for you to not handle your business and keep your wife out of our shit. If you are so janky, so sloppy that you got this woman calling my phone, I find that disrespectful to me, not from her, from you, because you sloppy. It is your job to make sure that your life does not encroach on mine. It's your job to make sure your wife doesn't find out what you're doing. I don't ask you nothing about your people. Ain't none of my people calling you and gonna play on your phone. Ain't nothing there ain't gonna be nothing negative. I'm gonna do what I say I'm gonna do for the money you paying me. The unspoken rule is whatever's going on in your life, don't have that shit come over here. So when it crosses the line and they calling me and disrespecting me and being rude on my phone, you sloppy and it's coming at me and being weird. So don't have you being sloppy. So that's how I feel about it. I feel like, girl, Don't come bring if you ain't taking care, you supposed to make sure that your people are not calling my phone. If you left a message up, if your passwords ain't straight, whatever it is, you are supposed to be responsible for that shit not to wear me out. And so, yeah. So she calls and she asked me, and I thought she was about to get spicy, and she didn't get spicy. She was like, I just want to know the truth. I just want to know the truth and know what's going on. I'm seeing this message between y'all, and you don't have to lie. I know what's going on, and I know that y'all are, I know that he's a trick from what I'm seeing in the message. I know that y'all haven't messed around in a long time, and I know he can't afford to mess around with you based on the messages that I'm reading. So I know y'all haven't messed around, but can you tell me when y'all did mess around? Because this is my baby daddy, and he lives with me, and it sounds like that y'all started talking whenever y'all did what y'all was doing. I'm trying to see if he was dealing with you while he was with me in the beginning of, because it sounds like y'all been knowing each other since the beginning of our relationship. When did y'all start messing around? And I say, well, ma'am, why don't you ask him? Like, I really would like you to ask him what's going on, because that has nothing to, y'all situation ain't got nothing to do with me. I really want you to ask him. Ask him, get all the information you have from him that you need from him. And she was like, Diamond, y'all remember because I'm thinking about it because I just went and seen the part 2, Devil Wears Prada part 2. Remember when her voice did exactly like Andy on Devil Wears Prada 1 when she was asking Nigel to help her. when she said, I'm trying my best, and Nigel had to check her, bitch, you not even fucking trying 6, girl. You're not even, you want her to give you a gold star because you went and got some coffee, bitch. Get the fuck out of here. And so when Andy says, Nigel, when she wanted to ask for help. So that's exactly how she did. She said, Diamond, I could be going off and being rude. The implication is I know what's going on. I just sat here and read you the messages. So I'm just trying. He's not going to tell me the truth. He's not going to tell me the truth. He's not going to tell me the truth. So you telling me to go talk to him is just going to lead me to get into more lies. All I'm asking you is to tell me what's the tea? I was like, tell me when y'all got together. And she says, I got with him, da 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 da. All right, based on our messages, no. I messed with him before you got with him. And so we went back. I went back in my Facebook when I first saw him and where our messages was at. And apparently she came after. They got together after we had hooked up. And she was like, all right, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you for your honesty. And I have to make some decisions. And I was like, all right. And so he sent me a message on Facebook, not on the phone, but he sent me a message on Facebook asking me, did she call? And I said, yes, she did call. And why are you having your girl call me? What the fuck is up with that? And he was like, man, she went through my phone, my messages, and blah, 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 blah. He was like, what did you tell her? And I was like, I didn't tell her nothing. But when we hooked up, and he was like, "Did you tell her you was trans?" And I was like, "No, she never asked." And he was like, "Oh," and we never messaged again. But I didn't tell her I was trans because I didn't feel like a need to pop her. I only do that when like they trying to be rude and spicy. If they trying to be rude and spicy, that's when I feel like, oh, you trying to get cute. When we're not marginalized in the same way, when we're not marginalized in the same way, the ethics don't hit the same. Expound on that, music, so I can understand what you mean. That's the wild thing. Hey, Darcel. That's the wild thing. It's putting me in a situation of like that has nothing to do with me. You said he's laying by you. Mama, wake him up. All your answers is in your bed. Facts. I always tell men to do don't ever have no woman call my phone. Right. I'm not responsible for keeping anyone's secret, especially for free. Amen. If she call me, I'm gonna tell her the tea. Well, if it depends on how she comes at me. If you come at me all twirly, like you trying to be my ass and talk shit and meet me outside, oh baby, I'm gonna return the same energy to you. I'm gonna try to make you feel bad. Because at the end of the day, I know how niggas are, and this not my nigga. But you the one that's feeling goofy because he over here having the I'm gonna play with your insecurity. Since you trying to insult me, bitch. Yeah, I'm the hoe. Uh-huh. But you the girl with the trash pussy because he gotta step out on you. Big picture strategy. Oh, I can get another man, but this is the one you want. This is the one you married. This is the one you want to be faithful to you, and he's not. Why is he not? A man gonna be a man. I said, well, even though I know she's telling the truth, I'm still gonna bust her. Your coochie must not be that good if you can't keep most them. Of these makeup art. Now I know that coochie don't keep a man, but I still want to say it just to. It must not be enough, baby. It must not be enough to keep him home. He want a little bit more. He want a little bit more, a little bit extra. So there was that. So those were two clients. Um, let me see. Boom. This is not my nigga. You're upset by his actions, not me. Diamond is so wish I could send the messages from last week. My thing is, I'm trying to think of my thing about I'm definitely the girl that feels like I don't have any obligations to you. I'm definitely that girl. I don't have any obligations to you. And it's two things that if I'm dealing with a dude outside of being in a relationship, it's two things that I'm getting. I'm getting money and I'm getting pleasure. Or both, one of the two. And so what if you're asking me to give up some money for you, a bitch I don't know, does that make sense? I'm definitely that person where I'm like, this is just business and I don't know you to care about you. Like, I don't know you in the sense of me Yeah, me getting money trumps a stranger for me. Especially in a business mode. I don't think of it as like, "Oh, you're enabling him." Huh? I'm not enabling him to do nothing. He offered some coins. He had my coins. I said, "Hey, this is what you got to do to get what you want. This is what I this is what I'm offered." And he gave me his coins. I'm gonna get it or somebody else is gonna get it. I'd much rather it be me. I really want the understanding of this message, music. Why are you quiet? I want to know what you mean. When you're not marginalized in the same way, the ethics don't cut the same. What does that mean? Um, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Is it corn, Kentucky? Whatever that short says. Marginalized ethics. You mean because trans and cis women don't have the same struggles in the world? The code of woman to woman is a little different. I don't think it's different. I know cis women that think like me. There's some women, especially sex workers, they're not thinking of it. They're not thinking of any kind of sex worker across identities. They're not thinking about the ethics of it. Now, some might be, some, but many of us are like, that ain't got nothing to do with us. We trying to make our money. And most of the time we don't know because we don't ask. We don't care. The assumption is that you probably married or you probably got a girlfriend or single. Who knows? What it could be many things. It doesn't matter. The point is, do you have my rate? That's really what it is. And I think people who are in the relationship might expect us to care about their vows more than not. If that's what I mean. I don't think that there's a difference between cis and trans women when it comes to the ethics of being the other woman. I don't think it's a difference. And if you're saying it's hitting different, I just want to know how. Like if you think it hits different, I just would want to know how, because I've had conversations with cis women and they feel the same. So what would be the difference? That's what I would ask. In regards to the ethics of it. I don't think it I don't think it's different. Because we definitely know cis women who are the other woman that's like, oh, that ain't got nothing to do with me, sweetie. I'm just trying to get my money. Let me think. There also was an incident. Now, this wasn't, I've never had a trans girl come to me about a nigga because I don't think I ever slept with a dude who was in a relationship with a trans girl that I knew of. I don't think I ever knowingly. Now, if I didn't know, I didn't know, but I've never been confronted about a nigga um from a trans girl because I really don't. Yeah, there's never been an incident that I knew or found out that a dude was a trans girl's man. Um Trying to think. Now, this wasn't a woman to come to me as a woman thing. There was an incident between me and Ty, my friend. So she had a boyfriend named Chris. And this one time, I don't know if it was, I think it was Pride or something. I think it was Pride. And we all go to the club. Now, I don't come to the club with Ty. I'm coming with my gay sons and my gay friends. And so it's like 4 of us, and we in the line to go into 2020. And so we're in the line. So old school 2020 line is around the door. It's like fat. So especially during Pride, I think it's Splash. I think it's Black Pride. And so because it was Splash, the lines were fucking long. And so Ty is coming to the club with her boyfriend and her kids, her children. And so I know Chris, I know her boyfriend Chris, and because he's at the like when because how me and Ty's relationship is, we don't have at this age in our relationship, we don't just be in each other's face all the time. She's living her life, I'm living my life. We don't really we come together for like holidays. Ty is really like my cisgender siblings in that way, where if she need me to do something for her, she can come to me and ask me. If I like sometimes like I got a package that's coming to my house and I need her to pick it up because it's something that I don't want to get stolen, and I'll tell her, hey, let me send you an Uber to go get my package while I'm out of town, and I'll come get it when I get back in town. She'll go get it. That's the type of stuff that we'll do for each other. So we have like, but me and Ty are rarely like going to the clubs together. We're rarely traveling together. We just live different lives at this point in our age. And so we talk all the time, like, once a week, once every, you know what I'm saying? We talk and chit chat about shit, but we ain't like, inseparable. It was a point in our lives where if you saw me coming around the corner, Ty is right behind me. If you saw Ty, Diamond's right. There was a part in our life that was like that. And so at this age, it's not like that. So we just, it's nothing about beef. It's not beef at all. It's just, we are not as close as we were when we were younger teens, early 20s. We love each other. We spend our holidays very much like my brothers, where me and my brother Rakim, we only see each other during holidays. We don't travel one year we went to Cancun together, maybe like 3 years ago, 2022, 2023, somewhere around there. But that probably was the first time, not probably, that was the first time we ever traveled together for like a vacation or something. So we really don't do that. Anyway, so during this time, it was similar to now, where she has her circle of friends, I have my circle of friends. But when we see each other, what's up, bitch? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how it was. And so this is Pride. When we see each other, same exact thing. We are already in line. So the line, and we've been in it. So the line done built up. So they're walking past the line to go to the back of the line. So they walking past us because we've been in the line. So when I see them, he is holding her man, Chris, is holding her hand, and her other friends are behind her. So it's like 4 of them, 4 of us. We're already in line. Y'all following me? So when I see her man leading her to the back, me and her lock eyes and see each other. Sister, you know what I'm saying? We're doing our thing. So in that moment, I reach my hand out and shake her, because he's leading her. So he's coming towards me first, then her. Clock it. So I reach my hand out and shake his hand within seconds. Shake his hand and then take my arms and hug Ty. It's like shake his hand, just acknowledge him. Do-do-do. Hug Ty. Once I hug Ty, kiss her on the cheek. The next is 4 people. So then I go to the next person behind her, next person behind her. So this happens within seconds. Seconds. The person that I sit and talk to is Ty, because she's the one that's my friend since I was fucking 11. The other ones I only know through her. Like the other 3 people, I only know through her. Her boyfriend and the 2, was it a butch queen and the trans girl that she was with. So I only know them through her. So we hug and talk and da-da-da-da-da. I was like, bitch, you know, this line long the motherfucker. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where else did y'all go? Like, did y'all hit up another place? Did y'all see, was the lines long? Da-da-da-da-da. So we're just talking about the event and what da-da-da-da. So they was like, all right, let me go get in the line. So they walked back to the back of the line. So, because they didn't want to be rude and cut the people and get in front of us. So cool. We get in the club. We turn up. Everything is good. Everything is fire. Everything is dope. And blah, 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 blah. So the night is amazing. We go home. Everything is good. The next day, I get a call from Ty, and Ty is arguing with her man on the phone. And so she calls me. I'm like, what's going on, bitch? Do I need to pull up? Like, is he, because I'm hearing anger. And I was like, bitch, what's going on? I need to pull up. What's the tea? Because that's my sister, bitch. Yeah, ain't nobody gonna be jumping on her or nothing. So what's going on? And she was like, yo, I wouldn't ask you this, but we having this fucking issue where he done said some shit that is throwing me off when we arguing about it. And so I was like, what's going on? She says, when we saw y'all last night, he says that you rubbed his hand in a flirtatious way. What? Bitch, what? Yeah, I told him that he was tripping because that's my sister and been friend with you forever. And I know that wouldn't happen. I told him that he's misconstruing that. And I was like, hold on, put me on speaker. Put me on speaker. I say, Chris, I don't know what your purpose is. I don't know what your purpose is in regards to like why you would say this or think this, but I don't know if you're trying to get in between me and my sister. I don't know what's going on, but all I know is that we if this continues, we gonna have to fight because I'm not somebody who you can lie on, especially about me and my sister, and try to make it seem like I'm trying to holler at you. For one, I find this is a relationship that I find to be important in my life, and you trying to play about it pisses me the fuck off. But also because I know it's not true, I feel like you trying to play with my sister's use me to play with my sister's self-esteem, and that's gonna get your ass beat. I want you to understand that I feel like you're trying to use me to play with my sister's self-esteem, and I don't like it because this is also a girl that grew up with me, and there's always been a tension between us that we don't have, but people try to put in it based on colorism. You know, she's darker than me. There's always been a tension there that hasn't been between us, but other people try to add little shit. And And so there's a balance that we have to care for each other in regards to making sure that whoever's insecurities in this situation don't come out, because I love you and I'm never going to be in competition with you. And so you don't ever have to worry about me doing no kind of bullshit. So now we, in our younger years, there was shit that happened that I haven't talked about, but there's shit that happened that I felt like was rooted in insecurity and that bullshit. And so now that we have gotten to an adulthood where we kind of done work past that shit, you ain't about to come in here and make it worse, because we dealt with that shit when we was in our 20s. So I'm not about you to let you come in and you some new ass nigga and plant seeds of insecurity in my sister again. We're too old for that. And so I don't know what you're trying to do. I don't know what's going on, but I don't know where this lie is coming from. But yeah, don't do that shit. First of all, my sister know my type. There is multiple things about you that is not my type. You is light skin, and the kind of light skin that I don't like. That kind of dingy, look like you don't bathe, that fucking Jim Jones, dirty, that no, even if they clean up, they look dingy. That fucking yuck. Nothing about you is attractive. Not only that, I think you're a dope fiend. That's not only you not attractive physically, but I think that you are secretly a crackhead. I've told my sister that even before this. I told her I think that you're on drugs. Now, she love you and she want to be with you, so she looking past it. But me, as her sister, I told her that I think you're a dope fiend. You look like one. You act like one. Everything about you screams, I'm a clucker. That's what it gives to me. Now, there's a level of bouge about me. You ain't never gonna see no nigga with me that gives any hint of dope fiend. You ain't never gonna see a nigga that I'm fucking with that gives any hint that I would be embarrassed about fucking with. So you, of all people, could never, ever, 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 ever get a chance to say or think that I would be interested in you. But I'm glad, and I'm glad Ty is calling me and saying, sweetheart, I was standing right there. Because that is literally what happened. She was standing right there. I shook his hand, immediately went and hugged her with both of my hands. Shook it, went to him. Like, it was immediate. So she knew for sure, nigga, you is lying. I was standing right there. I was watching the whole thing. What are you talking about? So Ty broke up with him. And got back with her current boyfriend that she's been with for years now. And so that was the closest moment of her calling me and telling me about what this nigga done said, that I tried to rub his hand or some shit. And so that was the closest thing to a trans woman, like calling me and telling me about her nigga. But other than that, I've never really had a trans woman confront me about a nigga ever. Because I try my best not to be involved with chasers. That's number one. And then when I do ask a dude, I don't know, it's a pride thing for me. It's a pride. I think of niggas like and this is not good. I'm not saying this is good, but I also think of dudes like just like they think of chicks being tainted with their body count. That's how I feel about chasers. Like, if you mess with a trans woman, you tainted and for the streets. I know there's a layer of problematic in there, but it is I think of them as like tainted. There might be a layer of internalized transphobia. It might be a layer of um if you watch it, make sure you thumbs up. Um it might be a layer. It is 44 people in here and only 20 people, 21 people have thumbs up. It's free. It don't cost anything for you to thumbs up in the conversation if you enjoy the conversation. If you don't enjoy the conversation, take your ass on, bitch. Why are you in here just listening for no reason, just some shit you don't like? Take your ass on. But yeah, so that was the only time there is some internalized transphobia in there. I can admit that. But yeah, you a nigga messing with a bunch of, and it's not a it's this is problematic. I know it's problematic, but it's also the caliber. Like if you messing with a bitch that looked like she just got, you see, they was sitting here just listening and not thumbsing it up. See? It's still some in here that ain't thumbs it up yet. So refusing to. This is Brianna's auntie, mom. Brianna's auntie, mom. Who is Brianna? Brianna McCree? I never met Brianna's mom. But welcome. Are you talking about her bio mom? I don't know her trans mom. I don't know her her like community mom. I never heard of her. You talking about her like her bio mom? I've never met her. But yes, there is like a internalized, and when I say thumbs up, I mean thumbs up on the thing. Sometimes y'all put it in the chat, not in the chat. I'm talking about on the what you call it. Some trans attracted men are attracted to the newly transitional aesthetic. Yeah, so when you are attracted to too wide of a range of trans people, if all they got to do is throw on a wig and they trans to you, cool. I respect you for respecting them, but I'm not interested. There is some. I do have a how do I say this without being problematic? Yeah, there's a I would never disrespect if somebody tells me they're trans. I would never disrespect you and say you're not trans. I will never not use your right pronouns. I will never not use your right name. I would never do anything socially to affirm you. But never. No, but never. I'll never do that. I always respect what if you say you're trans, then you trans. I'm never gonna be like, you're not trans. Da, 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 da. But I am a 90s film queen. And there were certain rules that we had when we were and I grew up with that in my mind I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, you trans. Okay. I'm gonna respect you, but you ain't gonna really be trans in my mind. If you get what I'm saying, yeah, you got to be at a certain level of dedication. That let me say that certain level of dedicate, certain level of dedication. But I think that that is the. I think that's the. It's honest, but it's also you just like a AKA. Oh, you're a woman, side eye. Yeah, I think a lot of cis women is like that too. I think a lot of cis women is like, oh, I'm gonna respect your pronouns, and it's not that deep for me not to respect it. But okay, you're a woman. um, I don't think now. I'm not one of them people that think that you got to be on hormones to be trans. No, I'm not. I'm not one of them people that think that you have to have titties to be trans. But I am one of them people that thinks that there has to be a certain level of dedication for me to believe you. Um, yeah, it's just a certain level because this is a whole other subject, but I think we this is a good subject to talk about. So people who believe I was watching a live with what's the pretty chocolate face girl now? Drag queen Giselle. I was watching on Giselle Barbie Royale. I was watching a live with her, and she was on live with two butch queens, a butch queens that dates trans women. Well, dates he's pan, so he's dating anybody, but he talked about his experience with dating trans women. Um, and then a butch queen that had detransitioned for being trans. She was trans till she was 30, and then detransitioned to be a boy. Um, So she had got breast and she got her breast removed. She's in the church now. She's looking for a woman. So that was a whole conversation. It was wild. But she was like, I don't think you're trans if you don't got on if you don't you're not on hormones. And so I'm somebody I don't really have these strict rules about what makes you trans. But if I talk to you, that's kind of how like I can figure it out for myself. I'm gonna respect you, period. But I think you are trans before you take a hormone pill. I remember being trans before I found the doctor that I could lie to and lie and say I was 18 to get on hormones at 16. Before I have took my very first pill, I was trans. I was living full time. I was going to school. I was going to the mall as Diamond. Cause I'm trans, bitch, before I take this moan. So I'm not somebody who thinks that because oh my all of a sudden I took a pill, then I'm trans. No, no, I don't think that that's it. I before I ever grew titties, before I got any kind of silicone in my chest, I was trans already. So having breasts doesn't mean I'm that automatically make me trans. That's not how I think about it. But for me, there is a level of dedication that I already had to being a woman, being a girl, because I wasn't a woman yet. But being a girl, as a teenage girl, there was a level of dedication that I already had before I bought, before I popped the first pill, before I got any kind of silicone, before I got my first wig, before I got anything that in relation to the my outside presentation. Before I got any of that, there was a certain dedication to me being a girl to where I'm trying to figure it out how to do it. I'm trying to get the best hair. I'm trying to grow my hair out. So before I even got into wigs, because that's another thing, y'all. When I came into the scene, wigs wasn't the sickening. Wigs got you clocked. Especially in where I'm from. I grew up in the Midwest. So there's a certain level of regular, degular girl that you had to be in order to not get clocked. Now Even the cis women is wigged and laced and highlighted and shadowed and super lashed and da, da, da. So now it's so much blurred lines. When I was growing up, it was not the blurred lines. You had to be fish. In the 90s, there was a certain level of blend that, unless you were a girl that was okay with getting clocked. So that's the girls who would get pumped out of their mind and be overly pumped and deformed and that kind of stuff. The goal from my type of girl in my city was blending. So be wash face. You need to be a girl without makeup. Um, Grow your own hair out because wigs were not popular. Wigs will get you clocked. Um, or you want a wig that really looked real. Um, Anything that was too much, that looked too much, well, honey, a drag queen. That's a man. Drag queen. No, so the goal is to get to a level where you are your skin is clear. You ain't got no razor bumps. You ain't got no hair on your face. You ain't, it's a certain level of adherence to cis heteronormativity. And I'm not saying that is that needs to be everybody's standard. I'm not saying that, but that when I was growing up, it was a standard. Problematic as it may be now in this context of the world, but in the 90s, blending was about safety. You were more likely to be accepted if you looked the part. You were, and not saying that none of this is right. We are creating a world, and we have created a world. There's some backlash now, but we're creating a world where people can be whatever they want to be, how they want to be, because it ain't none of your fucking business. We want people to be free to express themselves however they want. That's the world I want to create and I want to live in. But in the 90s, that world wasn't there. And so the goal of me as a person was to um yeah, was to um was to blend. You see how you're using alphabet folks. That's what Dave Chappelle called us as a slur. I don't want our community to pick up a bigot's slur towards us. I don't want us to use that like that's cute. I don't want us to pick up these slurs that the six comedians makes and use that um as a shorthand for us. I'm not the alphabet people. LGBTQIA is simple. It's not that hard. Yeah, I also low key think that it's a whistleblower when queer folks use the alphabet. Yeah, yeah, that's such a weird slur to pick up, especially since we know where it came from and we know how problematic he was. Yeah, I'm not controlling how you talk, but I'm saying that I don't like it. And so, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like that shit. So refrain from using that here. Because I'm gonna find it offensive. I'm not the alphabet people. We're not the alphabet people. If LGBTQIA plus is too hard to say, don't say it. Say queer. Say gay. Um, Say gay. I think gay is cool too. I think gay community, queer community, I don't have no issue with any of that. But the only reason, if you want to say anything else, but using a slur that a bigot made up, that just feels inappropriate. It's like saying cloud bob. Why are you saying the afro is a cloud bob, girl? When we know that they was wrong for even saying that shit. I think she used it to differentiate wannabe activists than regular people, but it rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, I just don't want it to pick up. And I'm hearing it more often in a nonchalant way, and I'm gonna call it out anytime I hear it because I don't think that it should be. I just posted about this, I think, on my threads. I said, let me go back to my threads so I can see what I said. So I said, uh, oh, yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. I said the term Jim Crow originated from a minstrel show character performed by a comedian by the name of Thomas Dartmouth Rice. He used his blackface character in jokes and even in a 1828. Remember, 1828, this is what, 50 years before slavery? 40 years before that? I don't do the math. 1828, a hit song, 1828 hit song to mock black people. So, clock that. This comedian's joke turned into a widely recognized racial slur used to dehumanize Black Americans, Jim Crow. And we have been using it for almost 200 years. I think about that every time I hear somebody call us the alphabet people, all because Dave Chappelle said it in a comedy special. Because prior to him saying that in that comedy special, I didn't hear nobody say call us the alphabet people. Never heard anybody say that. Once he said it, I heard it on the train. I heard it in yeah, the alphabet people in as a slur, as a disrespectful slur. And now I'm starting to hear it be said in a way that's nonchalant. That's like normal. And so I refuse as a trans person, a part of the queer community, a part of the gay community, a part of the LGBTQ plus, however y'all want to add. You can just see LGBTQ. You can say the gay, the queer, the gender nonconforming, the GNC is so many other names that we given ourselves. And so yeah. So it's so many other words. So to pick up a word that a bigot, a transphobic bigot used and make it normal, I'm not gonna make it normal. I'm gonna say something about it. Well, you might not follow Dave, but were you saying the alphabet people before the closer special? I don't. I literally never heard anybody call us the alphabet people until he did it, and it became popular, and people started to say it. And I hate the idea of people saying we added the QIA. When you expand your language to include other nuances of people, that just means you're smart. Like if you have the capacity to understand that there's other things than the LGBT. There's other stuff. There's other ways people show up. And so adding the Q, adding the I, adding the A is just adding people to the gender non-conforming spectrum. Is actually not super big or super hard or super deep or super only people who make it deep is people who are anti. The only people who make that a big deal is people outside of our community that is not in our community, who don't understand that there are nuances in our community. Because we are in community with each other, we know that the Qs are who they are. We know who the Is are. We know who the asexuals are, the As. We know who they are because we are in community with them. And so it's like, oh, so they're not going to be the B. They're not going to be the L. They're not going to be all of these things. And it's really not that serious. It's really not that them being included and us adding language and us it makes me feel the same way I feel about cis women complaining about cisgender. Why we got to make up all these words? No, bitch, it wasn't made up. We didn't make it up. It's been around. The Q been around. The I been around. The A been around. We're just acknowledging them now. We're just acknowledging them now. And acknowledging it is an advancement for our culture, advancement for our people. And usually only people who have a problem is people who don't have the capacity to get it. And all words are made up. Every single one. Every single one is made up. And so usually it's not really that difficult. It kind of goes back to what's that? I know this is different, but it really feels like very same. It goes back to, especially if you a nigga, especially if you a Black person, we done went through so much. We used to be little N Negro to big Negro to Black to African American. Now we back to Black. Now we Black American, because we're separating the nuance of African because we know the motherfuckers is weird and don't like us like that. The language shifts with us. So if you a nigga and acting like the language can't shift, bitch, get the fuck out of here. Because you understand it. Because it happened with us. It happened with us. But now that it's happening with queer people, it's like, oh, all these words. Oh. Bitch, did you go to college? No, and I'm not an elitist, but do you read books? Because sometimes a book is if you read books, you're going to find a word that you don't know. If you read avidly, you're going to find a word that you don't know. You might have to highlight it and look it up in the Webster. There's going to be new words that you got to learn. That's a part of growing and learning. So when you have a resistance to words and adding on and adding depth, something's gone. A whole colored Negro, little N, big N, Negro, colored, Black, African American, now Black American, now ADOS and FDA, and it's all kinds of language being added. Y'all motherfuckers just learned misogynoir. Y'all motherfuckers just learned accountability. Y'all motherfuckers, what else y'all just learned? Because y'all throw them out. Restorative. Restorative justice. Accountability. I ain't heard accountability so much since Dominique got wore out. Accountability. Y'all been using as soon as these motherfuckers social justice therapy motherfuckers start being popular, y'all start using accountability. Just learned narcissistic. Oh my God, narcissistic. Y'all just start, when it comes to words that y'all want to use and weaponize against motherfuckers, y'all okay with adding words and ooh, this is a new thing that I can learn, that I can put in the mix of the gender world wars and all that kind of shit. Gaslighting. Y'all just learned about gaslighting. Everybody, y'all okay with the new words that y'all can weaponize against other people and skirt around your own accountability. Y'all okay with new words and add-ons and extras. But soon as it's about LGBT, oh my God, y'all adding the Q and the I and the A. Oh my God, Hiroshima. Oh my God, Hiroshima. of semantics, baby. I'm not really talking about you, Faith. It's a whole community problem. Only thing that I'm saying about you, I don't like using nonchalantly alphabet people because I think that that's rude and disrespectful to our community. But this is a community thing. People making seem like us are us being more expansive. We not y'all. We not y'all. It's kind of like when black men be like, oh, y'all don't say this when the white boys do it, when they raping motherfuckers. Y'all let y'all taking down R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. Well, what about Roman Polanski? What about Harvey Weinstein? Bitch, they got documentaries too. They got people, they got they white girls coming out about them too, and black ones. They got, but you know who is in our community and who we hold to a higher standard? Y'all motherfuckers. You know who we in close proximity to, y'all. So you gonna be the one that we gotta address more quickly and more efficiently because we hold you to a higher standard. You ain't them. We ain't them. They raped and pillaged our villages and raped and put us in bondage for 200 years. You think we hold you to the same standard as some white man? We know how they are. We know who they are and what they do. You think we hold you the same, black man? You think we hold you the same standard as them? We know they trash. You supposed to be better. And not just because you're BBC and your physicality. You supposed to be better. So if we hold you to a better standard, why are you trying to hold yourself to the white man standard? The fuck you doing? What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, I'm gonna be on your ass. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about you wearing us out. Not only because you not one of them, but because we are more impacted because we're in proximity to you. We're in more proximity to you than them. So you have the potential to do more harm to us, and you do, statistically. And so I feel the same way. We not them. Queer people aren't them. We ain't cis. So we trying to create a whole different kind of world. So when I see Alok with his beard and his dresses, I'm not about to be disgusted. Do I have some problematic shit in me that be like, I don't know if Alok is trans like that, but trans, or somebody that look like Alok saying they trans, it's kind of like, I'm like, ooh, okay, all right. Because you know what? It ain't got nothing to do with me. Your label ain't got nothing to do with me. Even though it may not fit in my boxes the way I want it, tight and neatly, it don't have to. So I'm living how I want other people to live. Like I'm living as the example. I may not consider you trans in my mind, but they ain't got shit to do with me. That don't got nothing to do with me respecting you. It ain't got nothing to do. So I'm gonna be the change that I want to see in other motherfuckers. And that starts with me treating non-binary people a certain way, treating people who don't fit my trans box. People who don't fit my trans box, I'm not going to treat them any negative kind of way. Why would I do that? That would be hypocritical to me. And I'm not them. I don't want to live like them. They don't set the standard for me. I didn't become trans for me to live up to their standards. It shouldn't be nobody blocked. I don't see nobody saying anything disrespectful. Am I missing something? Block who? Nobody said anything disrespectful. Oh no, Faith is cool. Faith, I don't need to block Faith. Faith's cool. I don't think her intention was malicious at all. I don't think being ignorant is wrong. I don't think being ignorant is wrong. It sparks conversation. Yeah, I don't think she did anything wrong. Not to be blocked. She cool. She cool. She been in here before. She's not a new person. She been here before. She just sparked a conversation. So no, she don't need to be blocked. And I don't have a problem with people disagreeing with me. Now you can't disrespect me. Like I'm not gonna. If you're being weird, I don't think that it was intended to be weird. Yeah, I don't think it was intended to be weird. I think that it's just something that's common that people. I've heard multiple people say that, and so I just so happen to be somebody who would address it and not let it just go. Because I think it's something we need to think about because these nuances is what is how we normalize these things. That's why I said what I said about Jim Crow. This is like we literally been using that language for 200 years and it started as a comedian's joke. Like it started as a comedian's joke against us. And so now it is Jim Crow laws. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it's they were black codes and Jim Crow has stood this test of time all because they let this rude, disgusting joke get out of hand. And so for me, I don't want to normalize that language in a space that I curate. Does that make sense? And I don't think that that's ignorant. I don't think that that's ignorant. That's just I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't think that that's once you know. Now, if Faith comes on here and continue to say alphabet people, after I express that I think that that's rude, then then we have another conversation. But I don't think her just saying it in the midst of conversation, just because that's a language that she uses, I don't think that that's negative. Does it make sense? I wonder what the word that was used 25 years ago that everybody started using. Was it the N word? Um, Negroid, Negro with a little N and Negroid with a capital N. Um, Colored. Yeah. Hey, okay, yeah. How are you? Ignorance is okay. Everyone is ignorant to things. Just don't be willfully ignorant. Learn. Amen. Yes. And you can't be quick to throw people away too. Now, disrespect, but I don't think nothing in this conversation was throw anybody away kind of conversation. Um, I'm happy I stopped in here tonight. I'm happy too, Amber. Welcome. Make sure you join us on Friday. So I know this is an old topic, but I want to talk about Kev on stage in a deeper way because Kev on stage has grown on me. He used to trigger me, but I'm going to talk about Kev on stage. Me and my homegirl had a deep conversation last, not last night, but the night before, and I want to talk about Kev on stage. So yeah, I want to do that Friday. So make sure you join us. I want to talk about the Black Church and yeah, all the stuff that I thought about. I know I'm like 2 weeks late. Whenever that, I want to talk about him. Mm. Yeah, some people, I'm not for sure. Um, I think it was an offshoot of Miss because Spanish started wearing it out first over here in the Americas. So I think because the Spanish language had like negro, I think the English people were mispronouncing and started saying the N word. I think. Now you gotta look. I'm not, honey. Um, Etymology is not my strong suit. So you got to look up the etymology of the language of that word. But that's what I think I read a while ago. I think it's they were mispronouncing the word, um, and it became the slur. Yeah, yeah. I think that there. I used to think that, but then I read in another situation that explained it differently because that word wasn't the original name for that area. Like that's a name that like Africa what isn't the original name. like like Africa even isn't Africa's name. That's the fucking name that the English people gave Africa. So all the words that we know in Africa as the name ain't really ours. Ain't really, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's been thousands and thousands of years of twisting and turning. Look at look at how easy just in your own lifetime how language has shifted in your own lifetime. Now imagine, and you only been here what at the most my range is usually between 20 and 35, a couple of 50s. So even in that range, you've been here 50 years, language has changed a lot in that small little time. Same with many places in India, yes. Colonization is it's kind of like trying to get water out of a sponge. It can't you kind of can't. It kind of goes back. Somebody had a dope ass conversation. Yaya Acosta from American Next Time Idol. She was on Godfrey's little show, the comedian Godfrey, and she was pointing out, she was like, I hate when people talk about you talking white. Bitch, we all speaking English. What the fuck you talking white? Now, that's a great point. But I'm also somebody who thinks, bitch, you know what the fuck we talking about. Yeah, I know that we speak in the English language, but bitch, talking white, I know y'all triggered by it, especially you suburban hoes. But you know what the fuck we talking about. You know what the fuck we talking about. Talking to white is a when I would say it when I was younger and when I say it now, it means it has a certain context, bitch. You moving through the world like a bitch that don't like being black hole. It ain't just and it ain't about you just talk proper. I'm just using the language, bitch. I'm just using the language. Thank you, Moni. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like a bitch I can't trust. Right. You know what the fuck I mean. But it was a cute it does make the point she was trying to make. I get it. And uh, you can it's like trying to get water out of a sponge. Colonization has shifted a lot of stuff that we're never going to get back. That's why black American is a ethnicity now. We have been severed from the there of course things just go on because they're just in our DNA, but we're just our own thing now. It doesn't erase our connection with our past, but there was something severed and we have regrown into something else. It's kind of like when you got a cut on your hand, or cut not on your hand, but on anywhere on your body. That when that wound heals, it can start feeling like regular skin, but bitch, it's not the same way that it was before you got that cut. It's not the same way. It's a scar, baby. It's different. The structure of that part of your body is different. I actually like Black American instead of African American. Um, I like Black American too. I don't not like African American. I know what it means. When somebody says, "Are you African American?" Yes. I know what it means too. But as we start to get more and more nuanced in our language, as we start to get more and more nuanced, I'm being more comfortable with Black American. That's becoming more comfortable to me than African American. It's similar to transgender and transsexual. I'm not offended by transsexual when people use transsexual because I grew up in a time where why would I be offended? That's a word that describes me. But I'm okay with transgender. I'm okay with that. Some girls don't like transsexual. I do. I'm okay with transsexual. I like Black American, but I also define African American because of my heritage. Chinese people have a baby, and those babies marry each other in America. They are Chinese American. I'm African American in that way. Hmm. I don't have. I don't feel a cultural connection to Africa, if I'm to be honest. Yes, when I go there, I like going there. I like touching the land, and I know my ancestors are from there. I know that, but America feels like home. I got 6 generations, 7 generations of Americans on this land. So, so yes, I've never been to Africa, so I have zero cultural connection. Yeah, I think everybody should go, but I identify as a Black American. I'm okay. I'm not offended by African American, but if you ask me what I am, I'm going to say Black American. If there's a box on the application that's that says Black or African American, I'm going to check African. Or if it just says African American alone, I'm going to check African American. But if you ask me what I am, I'm going to say Black American. Um, Another thing that I keep hearing, mostly from Black men, I love Grits and Eggs podcast with Dante Kyle. He's been having some good guests on. He had Josh Doss on, who I think is gorgeous. Josh is so fucking gorgeous. Oh, he's so gorgeous. Uh, he's so smart, but sometimes I can't pay attention because he just be looking so good, so chocolatey and good. Woo, he's so fine. And so, but um he said a couple of times recently in his comment in on the inner interview and in some of his segment, people ask, what are you Democrat or Republican, because he does political content. And um Raven Simone talked about this years ago and everyone thought she was crazy. I think her delivery was wrong. I think it was her delivery. She didn't deliver it right. But she has admitted that since, that she it wasn't delivered, the message wasn't delivered right. Um, oh, anyway, so they asked him, was he Democrat, Republican, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, I'm black. He said, I'm black, baby. So whoever is trying to harm black people, I'm not fucking with them. Whoever's trying to help black people, I'm fucking with them. So on some black is first. So I'm not that. Whatever that is, I'm not that. So I'm adamant about not creating a hierarchy about my identities. I Google Joss Dolls. You definitely have a type. I do. I do. I definitely have a type. I'm somebody who you are not about to force me to choose between my identities. So when I come in the room, I come in the room as a black trans woman. I come in the room with all my experiences that are at the intersection of being black, that are at the intersection of being trans, that are at the intersection of being a woman. I come in the room with all of that. Nothing comes in first, nothing comes in last. They all in me, and I come in. I don't find something really weird just happened. Whoa. So I literally like some eyes just came into my glasses. And now they're gone. And I'm like, wait, what the fuck just happened? Something just and I'm trying to see, maybe it was a light, but no, it's gone. No. I'm like, what is going on? It looked like some glowing eyes just went and looked me in the face, like through my glasses. And I was like, wait, hold on. And I thought it was the glare of the light, but it wasn't that. I'm like, what is happening? Anyway, so no, I don't do drugs. The me, I'm also somebody who does. I'm not somebody who believes that once I acknowledge I'm trans, that's when my trans started. So so I, you get what I'm saying? Like people's like, I was born black and I feel like I was born trans. Just because I didn't know that when it would manifest, don't mean that it wasn't there ready, laying dormant. It's kind of like secondary sex characteristics. You ain't got no titties when you born, bitch, but as soon as that puberty hit, them titties come. I felt that don't mean it's something it was there, it just wasn't time for it to sprout. That's how I feel about my transness. I feel like my transness was the evolution of me, and that's a part of who I am. I was supposed to be born this way and transition to be this way. I feel like that is how it was supposed to be. That's how it was meant to be. And all of those things and the type of woman I am is a part of all of that informs the type of woman, just like my blackness informs the type of woman I am, informs the type of trans person I am. It's just what it is. My womanhood informs my blackness. All of these things are connected within me. So when I come into the room, I'm not I'm not saying, oh, my blackness is coming in first. My woman's coming in first. Bitch, I'm all the things that I am coming in. And I'm not putting anything down. I'm not putting anything down to make you comfortable. I'm not putting anything, I'm not prioritizing this over this because I know that as soon as I put this down, you're going to forget it. As soon as I don't prioritize this, you gonna, and I help you, we trying to get this door open. As soon as we get the door open, my transness is gonna shut the door behind you. Whatever I put down, you gonna shut the door behind it and leave it out, or force me to leave it out, or want me to leave it out. We learned that with the Ender bill and the gender bill. We learned that y'all leave people. When I say y'all, I mean any of the non-marginalized people. Anything that you have as an identity, as a privilege, those identities leave people behind, and that doesn't work. That doesn't work. And so I'm very intentional about not, if I'm in spaces where I have to, where if I'm in a space, like say that let me give you a perfect example. So I went to a space where it was a very pro-black space. It was Cornel West. When Cornel West was running for president, I went to one of his events just to see who he was talking about. I was there. He never was going to get my vote, but I wanted to, see what he was talking about and meet him. And so went to it, and I asked a question, and I can tell I felt people, I heard and I felt people in the room do this. Like my transness even coming up in a space like this, because it was a pro-black kind of, just one of them. I'm somebody who, I don't mind coming to spaces that the cisgender people don't expect for a trans girl to be in. Especially if a lot of times the person who invited me was an environmental justice activist. So sometimes she invites me to places where it's a bunch of woke niggas who don't have a queer analysis. 5%ers, Muslims, that they don't fuck with queer people. And so sometimes I'm in these questions. What question did you ask, and did you make it known before you asked the question? I can't remember what I asked, but I brought up trans, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but I just brought up the trans identity. No, it wasn't known before I asked, because it was just it was a bunch of people in there. It was an open space, and they opened up the floor to the audience asking questions. So they brought the mic to me, and I asked a question. And it might have been just general. It wasn't nothing like it was relevant to the topic, but I asked the question to see where people's mind is around queer people. Sometimes you just got to ask the question, because the answer will reveal what. It's kind of like Kamala Harris and the "I'm going to follow the law." Reveals something. I didn't fault her for that response. I didn't find that to be negative. I found what that indicated to me is that they have put her in a position where she can't talk about the trans issue openly and freely. Okay, I'm seeing it again. So I got to figure out what exactly this is. Okay, I need to not move. Oh, I see. I see what it is now. So sometimes when I be right here, it doesn't do it. But when I turn my head a certain way, it's like a perfect like angle. But it's only like right here, it's nothing. Nothing right here. When I'm looking at the camera, blah blah. But when I turn my head like right here, there is a perfectly reflection of this in my eyes in these glasses. And um it looked like Remix eyes on Sinners. Where I'm like, what the fuck is this? But it is actually my eyes, but it only does it when I'm at a perfect angle. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It looked like Remick from Sinner's eyes in the thing where I'm like, what is going on? If there ever was a profession for trans scholar to teach these topics at college about trans and LGBT plus identity, you will be the perfect person. You have a way of breaking things down. You know what? I do. I have applied to be a professor at University of Houston. I just have to I gotta go back to school. I can teach, but not at the level that I want to teach. Like I have enough, of course, you only need a degree to teach. Um, but in order to teach at the level that I want to teach, I need a higher degree. And so I've been thinking about it, but I don't want to take on any more debt. I don't want to take on any more debt. So I'm trying to go to I'm trying to get a like some kind of I'm trying to rub elbows with some of the professors, the African American study professors at University of Houston to see if they can get me some some coins to pay for shit. So I could be a real doctor, like instead of like Dr. Brian, instead of a fake doctor. Dr. Stylz, maybe, except a real one. So yeah, I have thought about becoming a teacher on a college level teacher. Student loan debt ain't no joke. I just paid off one. I literally just paid off one. And so I got 11 more to go. No, that was two. I paid off two. So I got 10 more to go. I had 12 in total. I paid off two. Not Sally Mae. Sally Mae turned into Navy, and Navy it turned into something to start with an A. What's their new name? Something to start with an A. So two people had um so Sally Mae had 10 of my loans and somebody else had like two of my loans. And so I paid them off. And so they're done. So I need these 10. I'm still child trying to pay them off, girl. Slowly but sure. They got me on a plan. I'm paying $75 a month, child. Oh. That lady said the school closed and cussed us out for asking. Girl, get your ass out of here. You lying. Even if a school closed, a state accredited, they have the documentation of every person who earned a degree. So you lying. And you black, baby, and your audience is black. That pretty face ain't gonna make us look past that bullshit. It may make the men look past it, maybe. But you can't expect the women who are responsible for academic growth. Like we're the black women has some of the highest academic growth. And so, baby, you want us who out here getting degrees to be like to ignore what we know about getting degrees? Girl, get out of here. Girl, go sit down. It's whole real doctors out here. Bro, my mom worked for a state college in admissions, and these records go back to the 70s. Girl. She trying to treat the college shit like Spirit Airlines. Like, I'm gonna put Spirit on my resume. I work for Spirit because who you gonna call, bitch? That's not how school works. Mm-mm. Yeah. So, what was I talking about? Oh. So yes, I asked the question at Cornel West's event, and he answered it beautifully. He was very affirming, and his response was good. It was it was very Angela Davis. I affirm trans people. Da 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 da. But I can tell that there were some people in the room that was annoyed by me even bringing it up, almost to the level of like, this ain't the space for that. Take that back to the gay. Take that gay shit back to Montrose, which is the gay area of Houston. And we were in Yellowstone, which is like kind of like the hood of Houston. Not one of Houston is huge, so we got a bunch of hoods. This is like the third ward, I think third ward. So it was like, oh girl. And I was like, honey, I'm all the things. And if you want to earn my vote, or just me listening to you, girl, this is me giving him a chance to, what's the tea? I need to know what your tea is. And y'all ain't answering no questions. So I want to ask some questions. Because I want people in power to have queer politics. Or to have one at all. And it doesn't have to agree. It doesn't have to agree. You don't have to agree. But bitch, I ain't So wait a minute. So did Kamala Harris say she was running again? Is that, I heard something like that? That Kamala said that she was gonna try to run again? Is that what I heard? Did I hear that right? Let's see what you got to say.
Here's what I would like to also invite. In addition to everything that we know we're going to do in terms of what we have to do to activate, to march, to protest, to speak up, I think that we need an expanded playbook. Okay? And I think there's going to be some risk that we're going to have to assume along with that, but we need to be prepared to be able to handle that. I think that we need an expanded playbook in a way that we invite all ideas, that we have basically, that we say, this is a moment where there are no bad ideas. A no bad idea brainstorm is what I'd like to call it. And in that no bad ideas brainstorm, we talk about what we need to do and think about doing around the Electoral College. We talk about the idea of Supreme Court reform, which includes expanding the Supreme Court. We invite a conversation about multi-members districts. We talk about, that if we win the Senate, which we should and we will, then the Senate Judiciary Committee should have rules that they put in place so when these people come before as nominees to the Supreme Court and lie, that they are held to account and consequence. Not just that somebody goes on cable news and says they lied, but that there are rules in place to actually penalize people for lying to a Senate Judiciary Committee. That we agree that it is right to have ethics rules for Supreme Court justices. And let's put those in place. Let's talk about statehood for Puerto Rico and DC. These are the things I think that we've got to do. We've got to neutralize these red states from cheating, including blue states expanding their map. And all of this, I think, is look, we got to fight fire with fire. These folks are playing to win. We got to play to win too. And they're ruthless. And look, we are never going to violate the law or do anything unethical or immoral, but we need to be ruthless too. And that means knowing the tools that are at our disposal or are within our reach. And yes, there may be risk associated with reaching for them. But look, this is what a fight looks like. And the stakes are too high. And when I look at like those young leaders in North Carolina A&T, I look at the Gen Zers and the millennials who are on this call. This is a fight worth having. When you know what you stand for, you know what to fight for.
Trump. Yeah. I also think that it is time for aggressive reform. But I also don't think that it's going to happen until there is a I don't know if this is me being pessimistic. I think there has for there to be a reform, it has to get bad. I feel like it got to get worse. It got to either economically or something has to give in regards to so many people feeling it. I think too many people are skating through. We have saved the economy multiple times, we as in Democrats, multiple times, so much so that they didn't get to feel it. I don't know. I just feel like it got to get bad. To get everybody on the same page, there has to be a boom. There has to be a boom or more people in dire straits. I don't want Mom Donnie to run, but I want somebody like that. I want somebody. I just want more aggressive people, aggressively liberal, aggressively progressive. I know he's in a particular place. He's in New York. That's a blue state. Being aggressive in a blue state is not the same thing as being aggressive in a red state. I think the only reason why we ain't seen terrorist attacks is because we all the way over here in the Americas. I felt like if we were closer to them over there, they would be playing with us. They would be dotting our eye. Boop, boop. On the low. It has to get more worse before it gets better. It's heading that way, though, because every day I see these Trump voters regretting their decision to vote for him. This is the problem with that. Why that make me side-eye? He can't run again. So you motherfuckers abandoning ship now that y'all got the ship on sale. Fuck y'all. I hate motherfuckers. He can't run again. So, of course, everybody gonna be like, Trump this last year, blah, 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 blah. Let's switch to somebody new. Another crazy right-wing motherfucker. They got J.D. Vance. J.D. Vance is whack. But the problem with J.D. Vance is he's more articulate. As an opponent, when I say a problem, as an opponent, I think he's way more articulate than Donald Trump. So if you put him at the helm with the gift of gab, he's easier to listen to, I think. Who is the best talking piece to y'all on the left? Like, politician, who is the best person who talks? Like, the person who has the best talk. You know who I fucking love when they speak? That motherfucking Pete Buttigieg. I think he's the best mouthpiece in the game. In the Democrats. Other than somebody like Mondani. But I think Pete does a good job when he's talking. And what I don't like is why it feels like y'all quiet. Like, who is the running? Who is going to be? Who's up next? Like, come on, let's start preparing. Who's the up next person? Who do y'all think is going to be the Democratic people? My thing is, if Kamala runs again, did they do anything to move people who didn't vote for her? Like, of course, I'm gonna vote for her again. I voted for her the first time, but is she doing? I played a clip of her. She's grassroots doing stuff. That was from a Zoom call she was in. Unpopular take. I like Gavin Newsom as a talking piece. Not me. I feel like Gavin Newsom is a transphobe. I feel there. No, I see Kamala is doing groundwork. I've been seeing her in these calls. That's what I just played. That was a Zoom call of multiple leaders.
Here's what I would like to also invite.
It was. Well, they're not stating where it was from, but when it starts off, it's multiple. It's clearly a Zoom call. So she's having conversations just behind closed doors. That's why I felt like an unpopular opinion. I'm in a bubble, so nobody I fuck with fucks with Gavin Newsom. Even I got a lot of California friends. They all got something negative to say about him. My thing is, I'd much rather hear people say the trans issue is not an issue. Trans people need health care just like we do. Trans people need fair and affordable housing just like we do. Trans people need good jobs just like we do. And if we focus on those things, we can get them in a position where they be cool. The trans issue is a non-issue to many people. A trans person existing and being free does not affect you economically at all. So y'all are fucking gaslighting, making this seem like a bigger issue. I would love for somebody to say a version of that, where it's like, y'all don't even know trans people. For real. Half of y'all don't even know trans people. So why are you bringing up a trans issue that's a non-fucking issue when we got so many other things going on? I want somebody to be like that. I don't want you to just be like, we're going to follow the law. I don't want you to be like that. I want you to be like, listen, trans people are American citizens. They have some of the same issues, if not more, when it comes to this economic stuff. Spin it. Make it about economy and how we all are being impacted by this stuff. Don't let them force you in a conversation about making transness an issue and it's not. I would like people to do that instead of doing what Gavin Newsom is doing. I think he's worse than Kamala. Gavin Newsom is going on Red Pill podcasts and being literally anti-trans. I don't like this shit. Fuck you, white boy. Baby, these Peters, whoever made these, they made them good. Oh, of course. HEB, garlic, herb. I usually can't eat pita chips by themselves, but these are fucking delicious. Mmm. Mmm. Did I show y'all my scent today? We're already in 3 hours. My scent today is Amouage Guidance 46. This is going to be my summer fragrance. It smells so good. Ouch. My earring fell. Mm. My hearing broke. Ouch. But yes, what is going on? My thing keep breaking. What happened? Did the thing break? No, it didn't. What's going on? Yeah. But anyway, I think that we'll see about. I think this whole map shit is fucking weird. It's weird. This is literally cheating and obviously cheating. Immediately changing the maps. Even I don't think that any kind of gerrymandering and shit should be legal. I think it's obvious and it should not be legal to do at all. Blue states, red state, it should not be. It should be, you shouldn't be able to redo the maps. The map should, everybody should be able to change the fucking maps to something fair for everybody and leave it there. Or something. It should not, you should, just because the administration shouldn't be able to come in and just change it every fucking time a new administration is good. Every time a new administration comes in, they get to change the maps to this, change the map to that. I just think that it's just it should be set. It should be yeah. What are you afraid of, Moni? Do you eat plantain chips? I love plantains. Redrawing the districts. They've been doing that though. Like redrawing districts is, they've been doing it, but oh no, child. This just, I'm tired. I didn't know. I know that crunch anyway. I'm not eating plantain chips. I'm eating pita chips. That's that crunch, but this is the bag of plantains that I just pulled out of my little bag. that I just ate, which I love, plantain strips. I love them. I love to eat plantain chips with my with like my hummus, like with hummus and shit. I love to eat it like that. Yeah, I love it with hummus. I love it with fish and cheese. I'm about to go get me. I need some of my smoked salmon. My fish wife smoked salmon. Cause I'm hungry. Yes, let me tell you what this combination that I love. So I'm not a person who likes beets alone, but I like beet forward recipes. So for example, um um what's her name? Cheesecake Factory has a salad called the avocado beet salad on their Skinny Licious menu. And man, that is one of my favorite salads. It is avocado, beets, yogurt, mandarin oranges, and arugula. And it's got cracked pepper and I don't know, whatever the yogurt got in it, it's like flavored or whatever. It's not like yogurt like sweet. It's like a savory. Bae, that salad is so fire and perfect. I love it. Um, I also go to this restaurant called Fadi's, and they have beets, and I put it with the hummus, and oh my god, it's so to mix the hummus and the spicy hummus and the beets together, and that combination is so good. And I love to have that with my plantains too. So I'm really starting to love. When I was younger, I didn't fuck with beets because I used my mom and my grandmother used to try to it just would be beets. Like it would just be fucking beets as a side. And I'm like, "Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it just by itself. But mixed with other things, um, that's when they really shine to me. Because by itself, beets taste like dirt. But there's a compound in them. It starts with a in there starts with a G. Um, okay, Google. What's the word that starts with a G that is in beets that makes it taste like dirt? Roman?
The word is geosmin. This organic
Geosmin.
compound is produced by soil microbes and gives beets their characteristic earthy flavor.
Yes. So that beet flavor that tastes like is that word, that geosmin. That that um that geosmin is the same thing that creates petrichor. Y'all know what petrichor is? That's that petrichor if you don't know. Petrichor is when you know how when you go outside, you know the old people be like, oh, it's about to rain. That smell it ain't raining yet, but you can smell the rain coming because what happens is the moisture that's coming in the air is the raindrops ain't hitting the ground, but there is moisture in the air coming. There's moisture in the air coming, and so that moisture in the air mixed with the soil, the oils, that smell, that earthy smell that you smell is that. And beets have that in their skin more so than other like root vegetables like carrots and potatoes. They have more of it. That's why beets taste like kind of real. I call it dirt, but earthy. And so that's what they just called it. Earthy. Okay, girl. Okay, earthy. Tastes like dirt. Where is my pepper? I need my pepper, girl. Okay. I love my cracked pepper. That's why I take beet supplement and don't eat them raw. Yeah, I can eat them by themselves. I'm okay with eating them by themselves. But I prefer them with other shit mixed with other stuff. So I love there's like yellow beets, red beets, all kinds of different kind of beets. So I love it with other stuff. But yeah, petrichor is that smell, and it's the same thing that gives beets their flavor. This is so good. My grandma used to eat them raw, and it just looked funny when I was younger. I love the smoked salmon version. It's so good. I tried the other ones, and ain't nothing like this one. These are just the plain smoked salmon in oil. So good. You eat crab and seafood, absolutely. Crabs are my favorite like seafood. Like I don't like shrimp. Um, I don't like lobster. I love crab. Crab and salmon. And tuna. I like tuna. I like raw tuna, like poke and sushi. I like raw tuna. Um, yeah, crab, salmon, tuna. My girl. Salmon, smoked salmon. See, it's so good. I love putting this on. I like to eat it by itself. By itself is my favorite. I love it. But take this out of the can and put it in a salad, like a smoked salmon salad. Like this is the best canned fish ever. I love a poke bowl with a bobo, some bobo. I've never ate bobo in a poke bowl. I love good lobster tail. See, I don't like it. I don't live for lobster. It's a lot of the fancy stuff that people consider fancy that I don't live for. I don't live for steak. I'm not somebody who fuck with steak like that. I'm like, ooh, I want steak and asparagus and roasted potato. Girl. Oh, you have it in the drink on the side. Okay. Yeah, I'm like, you put Bobo in Poke, but I don't know. I've seen other weird shit. But yeah. But yeah, I like a Bobo drink. I'm that way with lamb chops. I don't care for them. Now, I always didn't like lamb chops because they just never lived up to the hype. But I did eat some lamb chops at Del Frisco's one time. No, not Del Frisco's. Eddie V's. Woo! And they was good. They was cooked to perfection and so good. But yeah, lamb chops is like that too, where it's like, what? This is not good like that. Like y'all be acting. But then at Eddie V's, they do be good. They be good as hell. The ones I got, they was good. I was like, I ain't never tasted no lamb chops like this. They was expensive though, but they were good. Where previous is like, Y'all tripping about this, child. This is late. Man, this is tired. Yeah, it gotta be cooked a certain way. Um, what other fancy shit? I'm not super caviar fish. I've tasted caviar, a bunch of different types. Um, I remember one time when we were in France just for the experience. I spent like $100 on some, like $120 on some, just because just to experience it. And it wasn't nasty. It wasn't nasty. It just was not. It's like okay. It's like okay, girl. It wasn't. I can definitely tell the difference from the expensive caviar to the cheap kind. There was a difference in the flavor profile. I love me some mussels. Ooh. And I like canned oysters. I do like oysters. I do like raw oysters and I do like baked oysters. So yeah, oysters and mussels. I love mussels cooked a certain way. I love mussels cooked in like um that kind of white wine butter broth kind of thing where it's kind of like steaming and opened up and just looking delicious and the sauce is all creamy and not creamy brothy and steaming hot. I love that. It don't look appealing to me and never tried it. What does caviar taste like? Caviar tastes like hmm. It's fishy, it's salty, it's nutty, it's buttery. It's like fish. It's like fish. It's like it's fishy, it's salty, it's yeah, fishy salty. But it's buttery. So if you don't like fish, then no. But if you like a nutty, buttery, fishy, salty, yeah, you can put it on like deviled eggs. You can put it on like some. I had it on like some potatoes. I had it on a by itself, but then I had it on a baked potato, which was fucking good, good as fuck. It was on top of a sour cream baked potato, which gave it like a really nutty, salty period. A really nutty, salty, but fishy. You gotta give and take. um, but yeah, mine the best way was on top of the. It's more of a. I wouldn't say yeah, that's how I would consider it. You can eat it by itself, but you ain't gonna get full because it's not you're not getting a lot for a price that you paying for it, unless you're rich. But it's more like a snack. But I like it on top of shit more than I like it by itself. Because by itself, it's just like a salty, fishy paste, not paste, but a salty, fishy, wet texture thing. But on stuff like on that potato, it was fire. Mm. Um, by itself, it wasn't bad. It was just it was. It's like oh, this is not all it's cracked up to be, but it's not nasty. People eat caviar with crackers, yeah, like a fancier cracker with fancier cracker. But yeah, I had it on a baked potato and deviled eggs. It wasn't worth $100. I could get a cute um, little thing for 60. But sometimes you do stuff just for the experience of it. So, and it's a part of your, your vacation spending. Like, oh, I'm gonna do something cute for myself. Something to talk about when you're on a live, or when you're on. If you travel, you talking to somebody, and y'all might start a conversation about food, and caviar comes up. Definitely try it. I think everybody should try it. Try, honey, everybody should try anything. You should be out in the world trying foods and cultures and jumping off mountains. Do it all. You got one life to live. Do it all. I don't judge them, but I'm like, people who just sit in the same little town and do nothing. I'd be like, dang, I don't know if I could live like that. My mama definitely instilled in me to explore. It started with food. She was very much, no, you're not going to say no. You're going to try it. You have to try it to see if you don't like it. Now, if you don't like it, then no, you don't try it again because you don't like it. But you have to try it because you don't know what you don't like until you try it. And she was very adamant about that. She was very much, you have to try it. Now, if you don't like it, you don't have to eat it. But you can't say you don't like something and you ain't never done it. Which is true. I get it. But I can say that it's not appealing to me to try, so I don't want to try it. And then once I learned how to say that, she would be like, okay, that makes sense. So we done trying to get you to try stuff. But I was already open to trying different stuff by the time we got there. And then it went to activities. That's why I tell people about chitlins. Try it first before you say you don't like it. Yeah, I love me some chitlins. I can't wait till Thanksgiving so I can make me a pie again. I like all kinds of country shit like that. Hog head cheese. I like all of that. You know what I haven't eaten in a long time? Brown swagger. I haven't had no brown swagger in a minute. And I'm coming there to give me a plate. Child. That's literally the only thing that I cooked for Thanksgiving last year. And just brought some to Ty house. I didn't cook nothing at all. I usually go over to Ty house, so I usually cook like either whatever she don't want to cook. So I'm usually it's gonna be something like some greens or some sweet potato pies, banana pudding, um, or the mac and cheese. It just depends. Sometimes it depends on what you don't feel like cooking. Not African, my foot loving plantain chips. Well, the first time I ate plantains was in Boston, actually, when I was like 10. We lived in a shelter full of Dominican ladies, and they cook plantains a lot. So that was the first time I ate it, and I thought that it was a banana, but it didn't taste like banana. I thought that it was a banana. I was like, I ain't never seen nobody fry bananas. I was looking at it like, who fries bananas? And my mama was over it. My mom was like, all these bitches cook is rice. Because at the shelter, the first shelter we was at when we was in Boston, it's like 7 women, and each woman had a day to cook, that she had to cook for the house. And all the other women was like um from either from other countries, or like, this is the first time we this is the first time we from fucking Indianapolis, child. It's only 3 races: Chinese, Mexican, black, and white. Not really, but you get what I'm saying? It was very basic. Like in my high school, it was 2 Asians. And they were brother and sister, Lakeview and Tran. We had no other Asians in our school. 2, brother and sister. We had about shit. I don't remember any. Like I'm thinking right now in high school, I don't remember any Latino people at our school. If it was such a low number. um, I think Anita, but I think Anita was like, I don't think her last name was Santiago, but I think that she was like black and some kind of Latina. Do you see what I'm saying? So, but she could have been Afro Latina. So I don't know, but she didn't identify as none of that. She didn't speak Spanish, and she didn't identify. She identified as black. So I thought she was just black. But her last name was Santiago, and she kind of looked like she could be, but I'm not for sure. But yeah, so when we went to Boston, that's the first time I'm coming in contact with like different types of people as a 10-year-old. I'm like, oh, this is mofongo. I don't know what that is. What's that? That look nasty. Mofongo is a dish from Puerto Rico with plantains as a main ingredient. Plantains are picked green, cut into pieces, and typically fried in a more modern version, but also boiled in broth and roasted, then mashed with salt, garlic, pork broth, cooking oil. Cassava and sweet potatoes are boiled, then roasted and flash fried. Plantains can also be made in the method to rotate. Goes to produce a tight ball of mashed plantains that will absorb the condiments. So I guess, it has some pork cracklings. Oh, that sounds good. Or bits of bacon on the inside. That sounds kind of sickening. That sounds good. The way to describe that sounds good. It's like mashed potatoes. Yeah, that's what they're saying. They mash them and put pork cracklings or bacon on the inside. It's traditionally served with fried meat and chicken broth. Hmm, interesting. I would eat it. I would try it, but I never ate that. Mm. She's not wrong. Yeah, I was in there, and my mom would be like, "All these bitches know how to do is fucking cook rice." They loved my mama food, though. My mama cooked a lot of stuff. Hey, Andre, mofongo is delicious. Yeah, I might have ate it. I don't think I ate it because when I was in Puerto Rico, I ate something called a can, and that motherfucker was so good. Look up Puerto Rican can. Puerto Rican can dish.
The chuleta con con is a signature Puerto Rican dish. It's a large bone-in pork chop that includes the loin, ribs, and a thick strip of belly and skin, often called a meat mohawk. It's deep fried to make the skin crispy, while keeping the meat tender.
Yes, honey. It basically it's a pork chop, but that motherfucker they keep the skin on it and they fry it. Oh my god, it's like a pork chop. That's like a normal pork chop, but that skin being cooked and attached, it's like a crackling. It's like a really juicy, delicious, well seasoned crackling that's soft and like, oh, it's so fucking good. It's called a can. And if you go to Puerto Rico and you don't need a passport, you can go there and it is. I had to go back to that restaurant. It was so good. And they had it standing up like a motherfucking Fred Flintstone dish. They had it standing up like this right there too. And it was fried and crispy and so good with some rice and what else was with it? I don't know what else, but I know that fucking meat was oh heaven. It was so good. It was so good that I had to go back to the restaurant again the next day because bitch, this is amazing. I never ate this before. I ate a pork chop before, but not a pork chop with the skin still on it and fried on it. Ooh, so good. And it was seasoned to perfection. It was so good. Yes, it was so good. So good, so good, so good. That was the I hated Puerto Rico, so I probably will never go back, but 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 that was my best memory of Puerto Rico. It was so good. So good. What else was good? We talking about food. I just had a bad experience there at a conference, and every place we went, we kept having issues with colorism. Like they literally was not waiting on my darker skinned friends. They would look past them over every bar we went to. Like it was so obvious that even there was a white woman there and she noticed it. Like they would only like serve the light skinned people. white or light skin. And it was so like clearly obvious. Yeah, it was tired. Yeah, definitely tired. This boy's so fun. Oh, he's so fun. This Butch Queen, I started following recently. Look how delicious he look. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh, thick thighs. Mm-hmm. That big old beard. And he sing too. He be doing some kind of singing. Like I don't know what he did, but he sing too. And he got a beautiful voice. Him and Obio. I live for them. Shia. Who is Shia? That's his name. I don't know why y'all don't know that y'all don't matter. That your opinion doesn't matter in regardless in, in regards to that. The people love to get mad when somebody called Brandy the vocal Bible. Girl, it don't matter if you agree. It was a name given to her by her peers. It's a whole compilation video of her peers, industry greats, talking about how amazing Brandy is and how she impacted the culture with what she brought to the table with her voice. Whether you think she's the vocal Bible or not, her peers gave her that name. So whether you agree or not doesn't matter. I love to get under people's skin about that. Girl, she can be the vocal verse, she can be the vocal mini New Testament Bible of that you got out of the fucking hotel room. She can be whatever, but to her peers and people who grew up listening to her, she is the vocal Bible. Why is you mad? It's similar to Whitney Houston being the voice. It's similar to Mary J. Blige being the queen of hip hop soul. It's similar to Aretha Franklin being the queen of soul. Sweetie, people are gonna give the kiddies names. They didn't give themselves the name. Somebody gave them the name. And luckily for Brandy, it was her peers. Her peers said, people who she worked with in the studio, who appreciate her amazing, unique to her talent, said she was the vocal Bible. And you know why she was the vocal Bible? Because they said it, and because her voice impacted how other people sung in the studio, how other people sung and layered their harmonies in their recordings. Yes. That don't mean she's the only influence, baby. That don't mean that some of your faves are not better than her. It's her tone and her agility and her layering. That's what makes her unique. Her tone, her agility, and her layering. There are just some people who come along that has a unique thing about them. And if you pay attention for real, it shifts a lot. Like we went through multiple decades, let's say two, of powerhouse. I feel like we go in and out. Like, for example, so we got the 60s and the 70s, okay? Let's say 50s and 60s. And there was a particular sound that was kind of crossing over. That's when you get the Diana Rosses and da 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 da. And then once you get used to that kind of plain, plain Jane sound, it makes way for somebody who has a little bit more power. And boom, Aretha Franklin comes in. And so she sets a standard. So now we have these churchy powerhouse people that's coming and becoming big. You got Patti LaBelle. Even though Patti LaBelle was back there during that time, she was too powerhousey. It didn't hit like it was supposed to hit, like Diana Ross hit, because it wasn't in vogue. Then we get the finesse of Aretha in the when she comes into in the 60s and the 70s. So we have all these powerhouses. Then in the 60s and early 70s. So this is when giving him something he can feel. This is when Aretha was popping. Late 60s, early 70s. Now that's in vogue. But then it drops down to where now we starting to get these people who are like not like that, like a disco. I love the nightlife. I come to boogie. It's like it's a more it's a more poppy sound. That's what disco was. It was like it was a more poppy sound. And then we bring some more power back. We bring Whitney. We bring Luther. Flat-footed singing started to come back in the 80s. There has to be a different vibe. It's not going to change totally. So in the 90s, what happens? We get the Cocos, we get the Brandies, we get the Monicas. They still give you a remnants of the power, so you know it's the black sound, but it ain't giving too much of that. It ain't giving too churchy. It ain't giving too churchy. When you get too churchy, it's like, ooh, that's not gonna be pop sounding. You gotta give a blend. So you're gonna get the Aaliyahs, you're gonna get the Brandy still got the church background, but they know how to translate it into a new kind of R&B. So that impacts anybody who coming up and out in the 2000s, 2010s, baby. They will tell you, baby, Brandy, 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 Brandy. In the same way, anybody coming up in the 90s is gonna say, Whitney, 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 Whitney. Whitney was the standard of the 80s. Whitney, 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 Whitney. Whitney was the standard of the 80s, baby. She was the pop standard. Her and Michael. That's why all the boys was trying to mimic that. That's why you get, I think that's why you get if you blend a Whitney and a Michael, you get a Usher. If you blend a Whitney and a Michael and a Brandy, because he don't start giving all that, you get a Usher. Yeah, to me. But it don't matter. Because even if you don't like Brandy's voice, she's still gonna be the vocal Bible to her peers and to her fans. Why you mean? Move on. Go listen to whoever you think is the vocal Bible. Why are you worried about Brandy? And why she can't be the vocal Bible? Whitney's still the voice. Mm, girl. It's kind of like me and Kevin Hart. Dorinda is the rose of gospel. Right, she is the rose of gospel, baby. She is. It's just like me with Kevin Hart. I don't find Kevin Hart to be funny at all. So somebody, if they make a list of top comedians, Kevin Hart is not gonna be on anywhere on my list. My top comedian of all time, like great, is gonna be Eddie Murphy. It's gonna be Bernie Mac. It's gonna be Martin Lawrence. It's gonna be Richard Pryor. That's it. um, I do like I like Monique sometimes, but I like some more sometimes. Um, yeah, but Kevin Hart ain't a good comedian to me. You like Martin as a comedian? Yes. I love Martin in his Def Jam days. Hmm. And Dave Chappelle. I like Dave Chappelle too. He switched up on me, but I do find him to be funny when he not talk about trans stuff ignorantly. Um, I like all the Wayans brothers. I think of them all as a family. Um, I like Tommy Davidson. Has Dave Chappelle apologized for the trans stuff? No, he said that the Republican Party used his trans stuff in the wrong way. He didn't mean it like that. Fuck Dave. Matt Williams, funny to me. Cat Williams. Lunel. Joan Rivers is my favorite comedian, and Bernie Mac my favorite male. Joan Rivers. Did I like Joan Rivers? I did like Joan Rivers, but I don't know if I would put her in my. Oh, if I was thinking about white comedians, I like George Carlin. I find George Carlin to be funny, but that's because he has a particular political spin. Um, White comedians, white. So I like a certain type of comedy. I really love deadpan. So deadpan, um, it's a certain kind of comedy that I like. Any that I don't like Frasier, Frasier type of white funny, but I do like Seinfeld type of white funny. Does that make sense? Like I don't like Frasier, but I like Seinfeld. I don't like what other comedy shows? I like Curb Your Enthusiasm type white funny. It's crazy. I need to get a stamper and close this. Bill Barr. Is that? Okay, Google. Show me a picture of Bill Barr.
Link to Google user content.
No, that's not Bill Barr. That's Bill Maher. Bill Burr. Yes, I like the office type funny, curb your enthusiasm. Oh yeah, no, I don't like him. He gives skinhead. No, thank you. Mm. Office type funny. Yeah, I like stuff like that. I like Sarah Silverman. Shit like I do like Sarah Silverman. I like um Tracy Ullman. She was so funny to me. Um Sometimes Emma Stone type of funny is funny to me. When she in her comedy bag, I really like her kind of funny. Trying to think of comedy. I'm definitely not like Kathy Griffin kind of funny. Chelsea Handler. I don't be laughing at them hoes. Definitely, yeah, I'm not Chelsea Handler kind of funny. I don't like them. Um, I do like a Betty White kind of funny. Uh, Mod that any of the Golden Girls, they really hit the spot on my white funny mom. um, mm, Oh no, that's about it. That's about it. Well, all right, y'all. I'm about to get off of here. It is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I have things to do. Before I go to bed. Make sure y'all thumbs up. And yeah, I will see y'all on Friday. Bye.